Hey there, kids. It's me, Oni the Unicorn. And I'm here to tell you that f***ing your dreams ain't cheap. In fact, it costs a ton of cash to do. So that's why me and the Ohno radio show need your help. Just go to the website displayed below and hit us up with some cash, yo. $1, $5, $1 million if you have it to spare. Any amount is appreciated. Well, I gotta go because these dreams ain't gonna fuck themselves. See ya!
No.
No! God, please, no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You are listening to the Ohno Radio Show. Eat a bag of dicks.
Hey, Mike, did you hear that Mike Tyson is dead? Welcome back to another edition of the Ohno Radio Show. You know, we're on episode 603, which isn't even real to me, and trust me, we've actually been doing this for a lot longer than that, but anyway, we just call it, I just had to pick a number at some point, and I'm like, it's around there, and so that's what we're going with. Anyway,
603.
Anyway, my name is Owen. I am the captain of this shit ship. And along with me tonight is my good friend, my compadre, my amigo, the one and only, my mustache muse, Mikey B. How are you, sir?
Brother, I am doing fantastic. How have you been?
You're looking swank. I'm over here sweating my balls off. I got my shitty tank top on. I got my headband on. I'm not. You're over here. What are you, Mr. Professional now? You're wearing collared shirts at home? Combing your hair in the house? This is not like you, Mike B. What has happened?
Well, a certain fat old grandpa started making fun of me, saying that I looked like I smelled all the time. So,
Well, you do. In fairness, you do look like you smell. You do look. You never. And first off, you never. Apart from that one time where you came from work and you had those smelly shoes, that's the only time that you ever smelled to me. Usually, you smell quite pleasant, like for a fat man, a big oh no fatso. But
Yeah.
but just because you're no fatso doesn't mean you have to smell. And I tell you what, you've never smelled to me. What I think you look like is the guy from the Addams Family right now. You look
Gomez?
like you're looking a little Gomez-y to me.
Gomez Adams.
Yeah.
Bro, that'd be. He's a pretty debonair gentleman. I'll take that as a compliment.
He's a debonair gentleman. Yeah. You're very clean cut. You're rocking the black polo and the combed over like styled hair. You've got the mustache as usual, of course, but you've now in the last couple weeks you've been supporting the soul patch. So
Perfect little devil's triangle right at the bottom of my lip.
Yeah, what is it you are going for? What's the look you're going for here?
This is I'm going for corporate podcaster. I'm going for maybe get on the radio. Maybe.
Is this in relation to maybe some of the notes that I threw down that you saw earlier?
Well, I wouldn't be a master of the segue if I wasn't just taking our notes and
rolling,
lining us straight to them.
Yeah, and we throw some notes in. It's like, hey, give you an idea of maybe what we're going to talk about. Things usually go off the rails, and we don't hit half the stuff that we're going to talk about. But I did pose a question to kind of like our internal group, that those of us that do the show. I'm like, well, what would it be like if Owen, for instance, was going to host or possibly or even interview or audition to be a host for a major company's corporate podcast? I mean, I clearly got the hosting skills. I can interview. I can banter.
Yeah.
I've got the wit, I've got the voice, I've got the technical ability to keep a conversation going, for instance. Like, even with the worst of the worst conversationalists, that's what a podcaster does.
I mean, you've had Ty on your show for 12 years.
And he's still on, probably because of me. Now, I dare say there's some people out there, Mike, that might see me as a little bit rough around the edges, like may not fit the corporate mold, for instance.
I think we were told we'll never get sponsors. Who would sponsor what we say?
This is true, but I mean, I still got the skills. I still could do it, and if I turn on a little bit of that corporate charm, a little bit of that, hey guys, like a little bit of that. I think I'm gonna nail this audition. I gotta put together a videotape of myself describing certain favorite things about this organization. I got it all planned out. I'm gonna rock it, right? I'm gonna be the best of the best. The best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. And we know that I'm going to be great at that part. But the part that scares me is that I'm on my resume, I'm going to probably have to list under podcasting experience. I'm going to probably have
like 12 years of your own podcast.
Right. There's that. I got to put down this podcast. And I was racking my brain as to, is there anything on my podcast that I can literally show these people?
Well, Owen, I believe I was making almost like mini reels for us so that we could do just that.
Yeah, but I don't think they're particularly like safe for work or Maybe I gotta go look back at those. Maybe I do.
There's at least a dozen of them there that you can kind of pick and look through.
We did a clean episode one time, and that was
like 4 years ago.
That was 4 years ago, and I was thinking maybe I could dig that up and maybe kind of.
I think while it was technically clean,
I don't know.
It wasn't very blue.
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't very safe.
No, I don't think it was super safe. So I'm struggling because, and then I was thinking, oh, maybe I could just show them the wrestling podcast because, it's wrestling stuff. I'm talking about that. But no, I listened back to most of that and I'm like, God damn it. Like, I can't. I think I could do a clean show. But if I'm not doing a clean show and I'm let off, my leashes, shall we say?
Well, Owen, would you like to try tonight and just?
No,
I mean, we haven't done anything particularly awful this evening so far.
Well, fuck no, because this might be.
You just did it. You just ruined it.
No, this might be the last time I get to do this because now I'm going to be hired to be a corporate podcastman, so I might not be able to do this anymore. Right? I might have to shut the whole thing down. Because
say what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what I'll do. Here's what I was thinking. Right. So I'll be Owen Butler on this one, but I'll have a fake name. I'll have like a wrestling name on the other one. I was
Chad Too Bad.
Well, no, I was gonna go with like my middle. I'll be Luke Owens, right? That's my middle name. I'll be Luke Owens on the other one, and then I can do both, right? Like that's a way around it.
So wait, if I was gonna do it, I'd have to be like Justin Michelson.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. See, Luke Owens and Justin Michelson here to talk about the corporate synergy of the podcast, right? Like the podcast world and this corporation and
how to build a podcast and then, monetize it through the YouTube platforms, through TikTok platforms, just through making short reels and short attention span, grabbing things that draw people into your main podcast. Mm-hmm. And then once you have a base audience, you build a Patreon to further monetize your content. And then you have to start doing extra bonus shows. By then you have an audience to support the bonus shows and the Patreon.
And then what I'm going to do is
why aren't we doing it? The honest question is, why aren't we
just doing this? Yeah, that is.
Bro, because I'm so lazy. I'm so late.
I don't know.
Owen, this is just like I had an idea for a seminar about how to get around being a hard worker at your restaurant job. But it was going to be a real scammy Tony Robbins style where the very first step, like when I get everybody in, I'm like, hey, I'm Mike B. Are you ready to learn how to be a lazy worker?
Yeah.
And they're like yeah. And
wrong one. Why is that one? It's the
double time.
Hey!
Yeah.
Shut up.
So, and the very first step is, all right, I'm like, in order to be a lazy worker, you first have to be extremely good at your job and a hard worker. That's the only way you can get away with being a lazy worker. And then just take everybody's money. Because after the first step, they're all like, oh, well, fuck, if I gotta be a hard worker.
Well, so I'm gonna do the thing where I pretend to really like the thing that I don't really care about, but be super,
detailed and positive about it.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be great at it.
So you mean every management discussion I've ever had with my employees? Yeah. It's all a put on, bro. I would much rather be a lazy piece of shit, but when I get to work, I have to be a hardworking, like intuitive fucking coworker.
But they don't know. They don't need to know everything. They don't need to know everything about it. Like it's sometimes, you just you got to play the game. You got to play the game. You got to be.
Oh, bro, I'm the guy who makes all the rules for the game now.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, dude. It's a beautiful thing.
We were just talking about this. Speaking of laziness, who do you think the laziest celebrity is? Of all the celebrities, like we'll just say alive currently. Who is the laziest?
The laziest?
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan. He looks like he takes a lot of naps.
That's a good guess. Jim Gaffigan, probably a good napper. I can see that. He's a good lounger. I'm sure he's got kids, but he's definitely like, hey,
wife,
get me a beer.
I'm a famous comedian.
Yeah, get me a beer or whatever. Make me a sandwich. Things like that.
But he's like, make me a Gaffigan, and she knows that means like his favorite sandwich.
Yeah, which is Pop-Tarts in bread. Like that's
true.
That's probably what it is. What about? I've always heard that back in the day, Brad Pitt was super lazy. Like he
doesn't shower.
Yeah, he used to didn't shower. Like he was super kind of like he was lazy. I feel like McConaughey, of course, like falls into that.
Oh,
he's got to be.
Is he lazy or is he like a stoner bro though? Because they're not the same. Stoner bros can be lazy, but not all lazy people are stoner bros.
Well, I don't know. I feel like if you're going super, super lazy, you need a guy that is actually like an actor that plays the same thing in every movie, because he's not like McConaughey and Brad Pitt. They at least are good actors, right? They go out there and they change their character. They get into their role.
Seth Rogen, then.
Rogen. Because
he kind of always plays the same like goofy, inept, like stoner, because he's like, he does act well, but he's not doing acting. He's just himself being an actor.
Yeah. By that definition, I think
that's so lazy.
Hugh Grant is kind of lazy. He's just playing Hugh Grant. Lazy.
Oh, dude, if we're doing that, if that is the definition for lazy acting, it's Ryan Reynolds. He has been the exact same
character
thing in everything he's ever been in.
That's fair. That is fair. I mean, even Deadpool, he's just playing Ryan Reynolds in a mask, right?
Yeah.
Who on the female side? Who's the laziest female? Probably. I'm probably gonna go with that. What's her face? That comedian. That plays the same thing in Melissa McCarthy. Same fat chick in every movie.
She's the lazy fat female Ryan Reynolds.
Have we found that's the laziest person in Hollywood right there, Melissa McCarthy. Laziest person in Hollywood. That's what I mean, say.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take it a step further, Owen, to someone who is lazier because she's doing the same thing and she's stealing jokes. It's Amy Schumer.
Schumer.
She's just been Schumer the whole time.
Yeah.
And she was stealing a bunch of jokes, so she's extra fucking lazy.
I didn't know she was a joke thief.
I believe that's what she's been accused of.
I didn't know that. Is that a newer accusation, or is that an old one?
I think it's kind of come up, and that's why she's not doing. I mean, I know she had a kid, and she like focused a lot on doing.
Well, you got to steal some jokes while you're, making a kid.
Being a mom ain't fucking funny, dude.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so much work.
Being a dad, hilarious. Being a mom,
it's true.
You got to be funny already to sell being a mom being funny.
Oprah, pretty lazy. Pretty lazy.
She just brings in influential person after influential, and then she asks them a couple of fucking. She flings them a couple softballs and lets them just crank them out of the park, and then she's done. Man, who cares?
We always hear other podcasts talk about Mr. Beast. I put it together in my head the other day. Mr. Beast is the new Oprah.
He's not lazy though, bro.
He's lazy.
No, dude, he just did a video where he was on a raft in the middle of the ocean for 7 days. Man,
that's stupid.
You can't call that lazy.
Yeah, but I could lay in a raft for 7 days.
Bro, apparently, from what I saw, not that like easy. It sucked apparently.
I think I could do it, and I'd enjoy it. Probably, it'd be a nice little getaway. Just chilling out in a raft. Like that's how I get.
You need more fucking vacations, bro.
I do.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I do.
I know the wallet's been tight, so you've had to cancel most of your grand excursions.
Yeah, Tunisia got like scratched off, so that's like.
Yeah, your dirigible cruise over Thailand. I heard that one got kiboshed.
I'm still thinking about doing the Russia trip though, so I can hit up in that rocket.
Oh, so you're doing the go to space in Russia?
Yeah. I'm gonna hang out with that. Like I've actually talked to India too. Like they're gonna send me.
I would do it in India, honestly.
I don't know. They
just got to the moon.
That is crazy.
Russia's not been to the moon.
That is crazy. Speaking of lazy,
dude, it's not. But I want to. It is kind of funny because that was like a way down the line story in the news I was watching. It was not like. Top news, first news headlines. India goes to the moon.
Yeah.
It was a couple things down the list.
They definitely kept it a little quieter for sure.
And they were like, India went to the moon. They're like it almost sounded like they stuttered a second and had to pause and think. They're like the fourth people to go to the moon.
Well, it's us, Russia. I think China and India. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
they think. Yeah. I might be wrong. I don't know, but something like that.
I just wanna hear I want to hear the audio recording of.
Oh my god! Touchdown! Yeah.
I didn't need you to do it. I just said
that's the actual audio. That was the audio. I played it for you.
This is one small step for
India.
One giant leap for India kind. I think the worst thing about that was my accent. I think what I said was actually perfectly fine.
I think you're fine. I think you're good. Yeah. Speaking of lazy, I came across a story about this dude. Look him up. Arthur E. Gehrke. He's from Turkey, right? Gehrke.
I got him right here.
He was popularly known as the human Hibernator. And he had a habit of going to bed in early November and then staying in bed until April. This guy is my idol. This guy, I want to be more like him. I want to just, can you imagine? Like a good...
Okay, but hold on.
Good, what is that? November, December, January, February. Like a good 5-month nap. 4 or 5 month nap, something like that. That's a good nap.
Now, hold on. Because it said he began hibernating in 1913 and continued to do so until his death in 1942.
Yeah.
So almost 30 years of this hibernating thing.
Yeah.
And he effectively, because he maybe only lived 16 years total then, because you're only living half of the year. I
guess, yeah, if you look at it that way, yeah.
So I want to know when he was born.
I like sleeping. I don't mind. I think what a better way to live your days, than just a nice solid doze from November to April. I like his choice of the season too. He's like, fuck Christmas.
Oh, okay. So he was born in 1880. If he began hibernating in 13, so he started when he was 33. He died when he was in his early 60s.
All right. And so you say maybe half his life, we did the hibernation thing.
Yeah, so he did it about half.
So he did 40 years or something. He had a good 40.
No. He had the first 33 years of his life and then decided, hey, it's the 1910s.
I'm gonna go.
That's like depression. That's almost like the end of World War One, almost into the depression.
He's like, you know what?
I can understand why you started sleeping so much, buddy. Everything was poor.
This sucks. I'm just gonna go fucking nap for a while.
More to the point, this motherfucker is a gigantic inconvenience on his family.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, you go through the entire Great Depression and you want to sleep for half the fucking year, or
like,
somebody's got to keep a watchful eye over you. Fuck you.
And we got to get you food. We got to feed you. You're not even like trying to go out there and get, like, we're all starving, but yet we got to feed you, you napping bitch. Like,
that's the thing. If this is true hibernation, like,
maybe
was this
he doesn't need food. Maybe he doesn't need it. Maybe.
And see, that just can't happen because your body can't last that long without food.
Well, maybe he gets up for a little bit and he's like, oh, I'll have a sandwich, and then he goes back to bed, and like every couple days he gets up, has a bowl of soup, goes back to bed.
If that's the thing, then okay. But if
That's
this
probably
dude
what he did.
literally just took a nap for 5 months,
Why not?
he also, by the way, the picture they give for Arthur Gehrke is he's a fat fuck.
Oh, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
So yeah,
he's a large, portly gentleman.
He definitely has a lot of like fat reserves.
Burning weight.
He can live off his fat reserves for a bit, right? Like, do you think he went in there?
Do they put a straw in his mouth and every now and then just put some water in his mouth?
Little milkshake, little
hydrated,
little McDonald's, little McFlurry,
This is 1913, Owen.
Yeah, well, their version of it, they had it. They just,
they had to run down to the seashore and get him an ice cream and run it back real quick.
Yeah. They just popped that in there. It was a better time. I wish.
So wait, do you hibernate on your back, or are you a tummy sleeper?
I think I flip flop. I'm flip flopping.
Bro, flip flopping for 5 months?
That'd be great. Oh, it'd be so good.
Bro, can you imagine you would have to change your bed every time you came out of hibernation. You'd probably have to change your mattress
get
because,
a new one.
like,
yeah.
you would have an indentation, my boy.
Yeah, you probably have to. You gotta pee and shit at some point, right? Like, so you gotta.
I guess if you're minimally eating, you're also minimally
pissing and shitting.
You
still gotta probably get.
But you still got water. You still got water coming through you.
Yeah.
What do you put a sock on your weenie?
I need more information about this hibernation that he did.
Okay.
Should we do a deeper dive? Are you looking this up? Give us the info.
No, that's not. Let me just get some actual facts about this dude. Okay. Okay, so this dude owned a bar, which apparently was good. He lived in Watertown, Wisconsin. Every November, he would go to bed and stay there until the following April. He told the press, "I hibernate and don't get into trouble. While I may miss some fun, I also miss a lot of disagreeable things."
Oh, because he was just gonna get wasted, is what he's basically saying. He's like, I'd fuck some shit up if I was around. Like he's taking himself to bed. He's not. I'm getting the impression he's not actually.
He's just basically he would only stay in bed. He wouldn't get out of his bed.
Okay, that's badass. That's badass. I'm just gonna be in my bed from November to April. Like, I like this guy.
He was
rules.
also. Oh, and Arthur was also quoted as saying, "If more folks went to bed all winter, there wouldn't be so much trouble and confusion in the world."
I agree with him. Arthur, cheers to you, buddy. Cheers to you.
Yeah, raise a glass
to Arthur. Big A, yeah. Big A-E-G. A-E-G right there. Yeah. I'll raise a glass to you. At the top of the show, I mentioned that Mike Tyson died. I don't think
he died. Simon Cowell has died. Simon Cowell died about 15 times this month.
I've been noticing that these celebrities, they die and then they die again. Our Facebook group is where you go to get your news and celebrity deaths. I will tell you, celebrity deaths are our business, and Simon Cowell and Mike Tyson, they're leading the charge with the most celebrity deaths.
Dude, if we brought back the death pool, you would be getting points after points after points. Golly,
wow.
If you had Tyson this year, in the death pool,
You're gold, man.
Bro, I mean, and they kept saying he died at like 61. So I'm like, dude, you get 39 points times 15.
Huge. No, it is.
There, you'd be guaranteed the winner.
It is crazy. And our good friend Jason, who was on a couple weeks ago, he's like, guys, this spam in your Facebook group is getting a little out of hand. And he's right. We all notice it. I report things. I take things down. You do the same thing.
I delete things every couple days whenever they come up.
And yeah, he's right. But it's funny that those are the two big ones, right? That's what these bots or whatever that get into our algorithms and into our groups.
That's what they want us to believe.
Well, what is it? They want us to click on that just to get a click from something? Is that it's a clickbaity thing? I don't really get what it is, but it's obviously spam. It's obviously bullshit. But it's constantly.
I think it's routing you to something. I think it's routing you to somewhere where they can get a hold of your information.
I'm sure it's something like that. Yeah. And we don't stand for that, so we're changing the group to a private group, and it's not going to make much of a difference to anything. We'll just have to do a admittance process. If you're a real person, we'll let you in. It's fine. In facebook.com/groups/ohno radio show. But I do think it's funny that those private. But those, I think it's funny that those are the two, right? Like those are the two things that constantly have bombarded us. Simon Cowell is on his deathbed, and it's pictures of him like looking all like shitty in the hospital, which I think is a picture of him after he had some weird plastic surgery, because Simon Cowell has had a lot of weird ass plastic surgery. I think
he's
it's just
a vain guy.
Yeah, I think it's him coming out of that, which is it cracks me up. And then the other one is that Mike Tyson has died. First off, Mike Tyson is probably gonna outlive us all somehow. I don't know.
The guy is super healthy still.
Yeah. I don't. Even if TMZ posted that Mike Tyson died, I'd be like, "Are you sure? You're sure?"
Are you sure he's not in a weed coma? That guy smokes a lot of weed.
Yeah. Give him like 8 hours, slap his face, and he'll wake up. He just needs a weed nap. That's all.
He's have you seen what? Like I think it's kind of really impressive what Michael Tyson. That's what I call him now. He's now Michael.
Oh yeah,
Tyson.
Michael. Yeah, he's a Michael Tyson. Yeah, for sure.
We're friends like that. So now that's what I call him.
Yeah.
I'm on the forefront of deleting the wrong information about his death. But dude, they've done a bunch of interviews with him where he's like, they show him all his like golden gloves and his belt and his like all his, and he's like, all this is worthless.
He doesn't give a shit.
He's like, it's not who I am anymore, and it doesn't matter.
No, I think he's actually kind of like with the weed and with his goddamn pigeons or whatever.
He regrets a lot of.
Yeah,
I think he regrets a lot of that stuff.
Let's not forget he is a rapist. Like he did.
That's true.
He did do some raping, which we can't completely, forget about. Like that is.
But he does seem like a really, kind of a changed person.
Yeah, and that's good. Just it's a shame about the rape part. Let me ask you this, man. Are you seeing more female mullets lately? I know mullets have been back in fashion, like with dudes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I'm seeing especially female mullets, and I don't think they're lesbians either. Like some of them might be lesbians, which is understandable. I get it. But then I think
Christ.
I think there's a lot of straight women fucking doing female mullets. Am I crazy? Is this happening to you?
No, I've seen a lot of femme mullets, and especially because of where I work, it's a much more alternative crowd. So I do see a lot more of the like interesting female hairstyles. You know, you never see him doing like the Mike B. comb over. You never see him doing like a honest Republican
I
comb
like
over.
a good lesbian that wears a solid like side part. You know, like
Yeah, hard side part.
yeah. Those are the lesbians I trust. If I'm being honest, those are the
They
ones.
look responsible.
Yeah, they do. And you know what? They usually get shit, knuckled down, taking care of business. Those are if you're a playful lesbian, you got your hair all stupid colors. You got your fucking like I don't know you got your female mullet going on. I don't know if I respect you as much as a solid side part lesbian.
I want a strong CEO, A-type alpha lesbian.
Mm-hmm. Those are the best lesbians.
Top, like A-tier, primo lesbians.
I'm probably gonna name this show "Solid Side Part Lesbian." Like that's
yes. It did put it down in the notes. So that we have it.
I got it there. I got it. No, I got it. I already wrote it down. We're fine. But yeah, I just thought it was something that needed to be addressed. That like, you lesbians out there, you're getting crazy with your mullets.
You know what? As a guy who had like a really strong, powerful mullet there for a bit, I welcome anyone else who wants to get one. I think it's cool to come back.
Okay, I thought you were going to take exception to this trend.
No, I want everyone to be able to enjoy mullets as much as they please. Honestly, go out there, get you a mullet.
I don't.
Get you a big old shaggy mullet.
No, don't listen to him. You're not all entitled to mullets. Not all of you can have mullets.
Why are you trying to gatekeep mullets?
Calm it down. Calm it down. You got to be cool to have a mullet. A lot of you aren't cool and you're trying to do mullet stuff. It's just not. It's not gonna happen. It's not. You know what the other thing is? Dangly earrings. I love a good dangly earring, but if you don't have the personality for a dangly earring, stop trying to make it happen. Like,
what if you're trying to do like the big, like feather dangler?
I'm fine with the feather dangler. I'm fine with all of that.
But have feather dangler.
But you gotta have the charisma to rock the feather dangler. You can't be boring dude and wear the feather dangler. It's gotta be something, right? You gotta do something with it. Also, I've noticed a lot of straight guys wearing their danglers on their right ear. Remember what that used to mean, Muggy?
I think it used to mean that, but I don't think that that's what that is anymore.
Is it not? Oh, what?
I think they've outdone. I think they've grown.
Have we gotten past the
right
left is
stigma.
straight, right is gay earring mark in society?
What? Well, here's the other thing, Owen. We might not be past it. These kids might just be like, well, I'm bi, so now I'm gonna wear me a little dangle.
Well, I feel like if you're bi, you should be wearing it in both ears. How am I supposed to know what you're doing?
I mean, maybe you're not supposed to know what these guys are doing.
Well, you're wearing feathers in your right ear. I'm pretty sure what I know what you're doing. But
what I think looks odd is it's the wide brim like rambler hats that these gentlemen are wearing.
Okay, rambler hat. Explain.
It's so it's the wide brim, but just the little dome for the hat, and these dudes are wearing them. And it used to be a lady hat. Wide brim men's hat.
Okay, so like a fucking bucket hat. Like what do you or like a
no
like Rambler, like RAMBLER.
It's
Rambler hat.
It looks like a Buckaroo palm hat. It's not fedoras. It's an Indiana
Jones.
No, these guys are not.
It's a festival hat.
Yeah,
they wear them to the festivals.
Yeah, it's those hats, and these guys. I don't know.
I've seen that with skinny guys. I've seen that with very like even skinnier
and they wear
than
skinny
me.
jeans and fashion boots.
I've never seen a fat guy wear one.
Because they can't. Well, I've seen one
You
at
know what?
a.
Now that I
He
think
played
about-
at Porch Fest.
Have you ever seen a fat guy wearing a dangler?
Maybe they
Wait a
know
minute. Wait a
maybe
minute.
they know that they can't pull it off when it just like floats on their.
Fat
Yeah.
guys don't wear danglers. They don't wear rambling hats, and fat guys don't wear danglers.
Can't be a fatty dangler.
No, you can't be a fatso dango.
Oh, I like Fatso Dango. I like that. That's my new cowboy name.
Yeah, fatso dango.
Fatso Dango.
It's good.
I'm the slowest gun in the West.
Speaking of the gays, I love them. The fat drag queens, by the way, the best drag queens. Like, I don't need skinny drag
Much
queens
better
anymore.
than skinny drag
I don't.
queens.
We can agree, right? If we're doing like fat drag queen, way better than skinny drag queen.
I think they're usually funnier.
Oh, way funnier. Like, I would be disturbing looking. We talked about doing Ohno drag show years ago, which I'm still open to doing. But I do believe that I'm not fat enough to really properly do drag. I think you could probably pull it off.
Kill drag,
Yeah.
bro.
Ty, because of his like grotesque height, I think he could do the drag thing. You know,
Why does that be grossly tall?
well, he's grotesque. He's a freak. He's a freak of nature, and he would,
But he would look good in
Yeah.
drag.
I think I would probably look the worst in drag, and I think that yes, fatter men doing drag is the way to go if you're doing drag. It's the thing.
Plus, because I don't have a huge dick, less to tuck.
Yeah, dude, I could probably I'd be good at that part.
Probably go out the way I,
Just kind of, yeah, exactly. Just wear tight-fitting underpants, and I'd be all right.
Yeah,
like
I'm
I
good.
can get it there. It'd be all right. Like nothing's gonna really. You
Can't
pop
tuck
it-
an elevator button.
nothing popping out anywhere. But yeah, like, yeah, I think we all should agree, or just like, you got to be a really, really charismatic, good drag queen if you're gonna attempt to do that as a skinny dude. Like, you got to be really either really pretty or really funny. Like, fat drag queens better than skinny drag queens. That's just a point I needed to make. And I'll die on that hill. I will die on that hill. I think
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm right. I will be right there holding up that hill with you. Just machine gun and everything.
Show 666, the Ohno drag show. I'm fucking in.
That would be great. Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, we've
That
talked
is
about,
like next year, by the way, guys. Just so you know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
next year.
We could pull that off, though. We could pull that off. I feel like Ohno drag show. We get some special guests in. I mean, we get Ross. I bet Ross would do it. I bet we get,
Ross is too thin now.
We get Shorty.
Have you seen Ross lately? He
is.
cut.
Man, it's a shame Big Tim's going. Like, he's moving. We'll get him back. We'll get Big Tim. Like, no, he's too fat for drag queen. Like, he might be too. Now he's gone the other way, right? Like,
He's just too big for drag.
yeah, he's too big for drag. I don't think we.
He would have to do like a comedic character too, like more of a
He'd be
comedic
good at
character.
it. He'd be good at it. Yeah, but I want to take it seriously. I want to make us pretty. I want to do. We're gonna do a fashion show. If we do the drag show, we're gonna each like have different outfits. It's gonna be basically like America's Got Talent, but
Yeah.
drag with us and friends, and then we let the audience vote on who's the best and the queen of the night.
We can get, Travis Haar in on it. We'll just have to explain everything to him.
Oh,
'cause,
God.
I mean,
I'm surprised we brought this up. You brought this up. I heard some weird shit about him, dude. Like, I mean, Tom and Dan were even talking about it today. Like, do you know he really is like into the whole like wearing a diaper thing? Yeah.
like
You're talking
he's got-
you're talking Travis Hart from Semantics podcast, right?
Yeah, But like, does he have incontinence issues?
No,
that he has to, like...
I think he's got a sexual fetish. It's what they were saying. Like Sam was even saying, yeah, like oh, don't spread it. Like she's joking, like, oh, don't spread the rumor around that. Oh my, like.
It sounded a little.
I think there's like a little like, oh, I gotta like poo poo in my diaper, and like he has Sam like change,
feed him Milky out the baba.
Yeah. I mean, sort of fits, sort of does. I mean,
he is.
I don't know it for sure. That's what they were saying, and I'm pretty sure there's some truth in a lot of those jokes.
He's got that baby face, and I'm sure that Samantha loves just babying him. He's her little baby. It's true. So sweet.
It's true. What do you think the most useless state is?
The most useless state?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, oh man, can we just say it's?
Because it's not Florida.
Gotta be fucking.
We all get shit, right? We all like Florida gets shit, but we're not the most useless state. We've got a lot going on with our ports, and we've got a lot going on with our tourism and Disney and all that. Like we got stuff here, Miami.
I know which state it is.
Okay.
It's Vermont.
Okay. They got good apples up there in Vermont though.
Fuck, we'll get apples somewhere else.
I feel like they got nice like countrysides, right?
Who the fuck cares? There's other beautiful places.
They got rivers and streams and nice things like that.
So does everybody else.
Yeah, but it's not it's sort of useless. I get what you're saying. But it's not the most useless.
Who are you nominating?
Well, I don't understand why there needs to be 2 Dakotas. Why couldn't it just
lump
be
it all together?
Exactly. North, south, get it together. You're boring. No one okay, your farmland.
There's literally a place there called the Badlands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out there being called the Goodlands.
Exactly. Dakota. Yeah. Oh,
why do you need 2?
Thank you, Norm. Vermont cheddar. Thank you. That gets it back way high. Well, that makes it way higher than Dakota's already.
Like, if you're relying on American cheeses to save you, get the.
But it's one of the better American cheeses.
It's better than American cheese. I will say that.
What other good cheeses does this country have?
None.
Exactly. So it's the
we got one good cheese, and none of them are better than European cheeses.
Yeah, that's exact. Vermont.
Yeah, so get rid of this cheese. I don't.
So at least you got Vermont. At least you got Vermont. It's the top of your cheese pyramid. You might as well embrace it.
I thought Wisconsin was the top of the.
No, but what do they make? It's fucking cheese.
They make all the cheeses.
Yeah, but it's all mild. It's not sharp cheddar. Vermont cheddar is a nice sharp cheddar. Like Wisconsin cheese is all like mild and kind of bland and like
Okay, so Ben, so our good friend Norm in the chat, he's saying Ben and Jerry's is in Vermont.
I fuck with that. That's a good call. They make a lot of good ice cream. I like that. I mean, I'll eat some Ben and Jerry's.
Bro, they don't even make sherbet, so I don't give a fuck. They don't
do
make Italian ice.
They make sherbet, bro. They used to. I know Ben and Jerry's make sherbet, bro.
Yeah, but it's some dumb flavor, and then can I find the whatever the dumb shit they're calling sherbet?
What type of homosexual are you that likes sherbet? Like what?
It's fruity. I enjoy fruit flavors.
Who are you? What are you fucking watching your weight? No, you're not. Eat some fucking ice cream with some goddamn dairy. You sherbet eating motherfucker.
I actually prefer Italian ice, if we're being 100%.
Which is even gayer.
The Italians aren't known for being gay.
Yeah, they are. I think that's a thing, isn't it?
I thought that was kind of the Greeks, which are almost Italian.
One and the same. It's the same thing. Whatever. Colosseums.
Well, there goes our sponsorship with Greece.
Oh, well, Greece. I do like.
I wanted to go to the islands.
Yeah. What are we talking about again? Fucking something.
Well, I mean, we were talking about which state is the most useless.
Yeah, the most useless. Rhode Island, pretty useless. Look at that little shit. Just being
It's
there.
so tiny. Let it get absorbed by one of those
Yeah,
bigger
just make
states.
it part of Delaware or something. I don't know.
Delaware's pretty tiny.
Delaware's also pretty.
Why don't we take all those tiny little fucking colony
Make
states
'em
and
into
just make them one big
one
fucking
big
state?
state. I agree.
Call it New England and then
Yeah.
be done with it.
Yeah. Why? Why is
Like
that?
Maryland, Vermont, New Hampshire. Yeah, just make it all one big fucking state, please.
Something like that. I mean, it
Connecticut. Fuck that place.
I've been there once. Whatever.
Yeah, and you barely can remember anything about it.
Maryland, I've been there once. That was whatever. I think Maryland or one of them is basically there just to like be like a place where like corporations can like start their companies and
Yeah,
be
'cause
like
it's got,
they're
like,
like tax
super
havens and
tax
shit. Like yeah,
laws
there's like
and
one of them
that.
like there is either Delaware or Maryland, but one of
It's
them
Delaware.
it's Delaware. That's all the only reason it exists, right? So Delaware,
Yeah.
Delaware, fuck you. You suck.
Norm says Kentucky could be incorporated into Tennessee, and I 100% agree. They're both
They're the
fucking
same. Yeah.
shitholes.
See, okay. When I think about it, though, all right. Tennessee is slightly more progressive and cooler than Kentucky. I feel like Kentucky people are shittier people than Tennesseans. I feel like Tennessee is a little closer to North Carolina, and they get a little bit of that rub. But Kentucky, there's
Bunch of backwater racists.
yeah. Alabama can get right the fuck out of there too. Like I don't need Alabama. Can we get rid of Alabama? That is a useless state. That is Mississippi. Mississippi's pretty bad. Alabama, Mississippi, terrible.
I've heard that like, what is it? Idaho. Other than the potato, man.
Yeah, Idaho can get out of there. That can get fucked.
I mean, it's the top. I mean, who lives in that top little sliver right before fucking Canada? Who lives up there?
People that just don't have any personality. That don't want to.
Perverts.
Yeah, a lot of perverts. Definitely
perverts and drunks.
Perverts, drunks, people that like to just shoot things. Moose. A lot of moose.
A lot of moose do live up there, probably.
I don't know. Is that a thing?
That actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not as bad. Yeah, Mississippi and Alabama, they could be one state. Let's be real. They could be one state. Louisiana, apart from New Orleans, could be rolled into there too. Because Louisiana, honestly, Louisiana, even New Orleans, I fucking hate New Orleans. You've heard me talk about this on the show before.
It's a fucking dirty piss
It's
city.
a shit.
Get the fuck rid of
I
it.
would delete that. I would get rid of that.
I think you could pretty much solidly, on the bottom row of America, you could just nuke from Alabama to fucking
Pretty
Mississippi.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if we got rid of Texas.
Yeah,
you know, Oklahoma, do we need it? Arkansas,
like a shithole,
Arkansas. Do we need Arkansas? Oklahoma,
nuke it too.
Yeah, I mean, okay, now we're to the point where I think there's more states. That, like, which are the good ones? Like, what are the? All right,
It's like us.
I keep us.
New
Georgia
York.
can stay. Georgia can stay. South Carolina, North Carolina, you guys are all right. South Carolina, you're on the fence, but North Carolina, you can stay.
Virginia, yeah, actually, you can get rid of Virginia. That place is a shit.
Yeah, I don't know much about Virginia. West Virginia.
I've been there once.
West Virginia can for sure go. West Virginia.
Oh, that place.
Yeah,
right the
garbage,
fuck out.
Garbage.
Again, I think you can keep Maine because I think there's some cool stuff up there.
Okay.
And the scenery is real nice. But then once you get to like Vermont and New Hampshire,
all right. I got what
them go.
I got what we need to do with this, Mike. Calm down, because I think we're giving away some bonus Patreon content that we need to do. You know those tier list things We need to do
a
tier lists of the states, and we put all the states, and we do a tier list for our Patreon listeners, and we do it like as a video podcast. We'll do that sometime in the next week or two, and then we go through each and every state. We'll make sure we'll tier list them from God tier to absolute trash, and then we'll put them somewhere on a 5-tier list where they belong, each single state, and we'll figure out who the top state is and who's the worst state, you know? And we'll argue it out. Patreon.com/ONRS, by the way, if you want to maybe check that out. That's a good idea, though. That's a good idea. We should absolutely do that. That would be a lot of fun.
Put that in the old no to Rooskies.
Yeah, put that there.
So, Owen, it was my day off today. Sorry to kind of sidetrack.
Oh, please do.
But it was my day off today, and like I do on most of my days off, I was driving around, looking for a fun place to eat and looking for Ninja Turtles. That's what I do on my days off.
You're getting quite the Ninja Turtle figure collection.
I do have a lot. I have like almost 50 now.
Wow,
I'm getting up there.
Damn.
But I stopped in at this Target over on Sand Lake Road, and in the other side of this gigantic parking lot was a brand new store that I'd never seen before. And I wanted to ask you if you ever seen or been to the store yet, because I feel like it's pretty new.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Figure Marketplace.
Bro, if they had that place, I would be very desperate for you to tell me where it was.
You'd be getting a job there.
I would get a part-time job there just for the
discount. Exactly.
Yeah.
What store? Okay, so what place is this?
Okay, so this store is called Crazy Hot Buys.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of this place?
I've seen a sign or something for it. Crazy Hot Buys.
Yep.
I've seen a sign. I'm not familiar though.
It's a large store. Looks like it used to be maybe like a Michael's or
is it like a Five and Below or whatever? Something like that? Like a Ross?
No.
Like a Ross?
Almost, but no. I couldn't tell what it was from the outside.
Crazy Hot Buys.
Yeah. So
what do they got in there?
I park, and from the outside, all it says is like all these different stores and manufacturers, and then it says all these different like types of goods, and I'm like, okay, so it's kind of like a Walmart then, but for other people's store, because they just got a bunch of shit. And I see people coming out with like carts full of stuff and boxes. And
is it like a Big Lots?
I think it's almost even worse, Owen.
Oh.
So once I get in, to the left of the entrance is a row of registers, and then directly in front of that is like a windy like queue line. And past that, there are 5 probably 100 to 150 foot long trough tables. It's like these deep inset tables. And
what was the word you used to describe them?
Trough tables.
Tables.
Because it's literally like a bin on top of a table. These big, long, and the tables are like probably 150 feet long.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Is it a store full of Walmart bargain bin DVDs and shit? Like it used to be like
even worse, Owen. So there are 5 of these like trough tables, and they span the entire length of the store, and about every 50 feet there's a break so that you can travel in between all the rows. And up on the wall there's a giant sign, and the sign says, "Don't open the boxes," and it also says in Spanish because
people open the boxes.
On these tables, Owen, it looks like they have purchased probably just hundreds of these Amazon blind buyback boxes.
That's what it is. It's like, okay, they got a shipping container from Temu and poured it out in a store.
They like 15 shipping containers from Temu.
Okay.
And Owen, when I say the store, there had to be 150 people in the store. And it's literally just people ransacking box after box and just throwing, if they don't like it, just tossing garbage. And when I say garbage, it's garbage.
It's zombie
Chinese.
It's a zombie flea market. It's a zombie Chinese flea market.
Yeah, it is literally the most.
But even though it says don't open the boxes, people are opening the boxes.
There's literally nobody.
There's no rules.
No rules, and nobody's working the store other than the people in the front who are running the register. And then there is another little like office where there's like 3 guys all doing security
with Uzis standing outside the thing.
There was a dude who it looked like he just had like a taser, but is standing like at the doorway, because I'm assuming every now and then there's like an iPad or it's something actually.
That's where it is, right? That's what it's like. It's in a weird way. It's kind of like the claw machine. Every once in a while, like in those expensive claw machines, it's all bullshit. But then every once in a while, they'll put the like back in the old days, there'd be a PS5 or something. You know what I mean? There'd be something. So they're rooting around through all the garbage to find the one thing that might be worth something, like a Bluetooth headset or something. I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing. I can only imagine that they have gone through all of these carts before they ever let them hit the floor.
And they pulled out anything worth anything. Yeah.
Anything that was actually worth anything. Yeah. And they've just let Chinese trash, basically. And here's the weirdest thing that I found about this whole place. There's no price tags on anything. You are literally blind drawing and taking this shit
to the register, not knowing.
There's nothing. There's no labeling on anything.
Do you like haggle when you get to the register? Like, no, I'll give you $5. I'll give you $5 for that. No, that's $10. No, it isn't. I'm gonna give you $5 for it. Okay, see you later. Is that what happens?
Here's what I can only imagine, because behind the cash register was a giant table just chocked full of garbage. The same garbage that people were buying. So I can only imagine what happens is somebody goes up to because there were people in line with full carts, like to the brim with boxes. So what I can only imagine happens is they go up there and they start ringing them out for what they do. And when they get to an item that they go, oh, well, this is $50. They go, no, I'm not buying that. And then they just put it on this table.
Then it goes in the back, and then
and it gets recirculated out onto the pile. And so I of course I looked like, I rummaged a little bit, but I literally didn't find anything
worth a damn
but trash.
What was it like? Tell me some of the items that you saw.
There were multiple shelving units. There were endless amounts of just small, cheaply made, like Bluetooth electronics, lighting fixtures. There were small lamps. There were shoes, flip-flops. There were garments out there. There was a lot of stuff there, but it was all trash level.
Wow.
It was just all garbage.
There's a whole store of this now. I did not know that this existed. It's literally like we said, though. You buy a bunch, like you buy couple shipping containers, you dump them in a store and see what people will pay for it. And then we'll just figure out the price as it gets to the register, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's bizarre.
Dude, and that's the only thing. I can't imagine that there's a literal system for how all this. There's no inventory system.
Well, you got to be 100% right that part of the business model must be that when they get it in, they sort through it, pick out anything worth a damn, and then
sell that privately. Sell that,
yeah, and then the rest of it is just like let the people have their slop and see what, like, anything else is extra at that point, right? Like
I can only imagine that at the register they have like 3 buttons, 3 or 4 buttons, and it's like
Low,
$1,
mid, high.
$2, $5, $10, and there's nothing there worth more than $10. And so the person at the register just looks at the shit and presses 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that's it. And if they go, hey, oh wait, and they know that, like, oh hey, if they bring up a tablet, tell them it's some dumb price,
And
so they don't buy it. We missed it, and then
these
we'll
poor
just,
people won't be able to afford it anyway, and they'll hand it off, and then we'll sell it, later. And
in our internet system where we sell everything.
Yeah.
And it just,
Is this where I tried to buy? Like, I bet this is the type of person that I originally bought my Chinese garbage
from.
Yeah, AirPlay.
There was
system.
100%. I saw your literal shit AirPlay system.
It was in there. Yeah,
it was in
Actually,
there.
the one I ended up getting is great. Like, it's working fantastic, honestly. Like, so I'm not even that mad about it. But so you didn't find any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures in the what's it called again? Crazy Hot Buys.
Crazy Hot Buys.
I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go in there though now.
Dude, I would.
You know what I would do? You know what I would do?
Should do. No, here's what we should do, Owen.
Okay.
The Ohno challenge.
Okay.
Where we give we bring in like a couple guests and we say, here's $20.
Mm-hmm.
You go into Crazy Hot Buys and you bring me, as judged by Owen and Mike, the craziest item that you can get for $20.
I like that. And
then the winner, whoever's item we pick, gets to keep all 3 items.
I dig it. I like that idea. I also want to do something, another challenge where I'm going to do this. So I'll take, buy a couple of their, I'm sure they've got shitty little like USB flash drives, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you buy like a couple of them. We're going to load it up with our show, put even a text file on there that's like instructions on how to find it. Then we put it back in the packaging, and then we, maybe we'll have to hot glue it a little bit just to kind of like seal it up a little bit. But we go back there with loaded up, and then we throw our, USB drives into the mix. So like someone who might end up buying that, then they go home and they plug it in and they're like, wow, what is this? And then like, we'll be famous.
Oh, and it might just be cheaper to like find a company that would just make our branded USB sticks, and then we just leave them around.
Yeah, we could probably just do that too. That's a stupid idea. Anyway, it's about time that we take a break for this portion of the Ohno Radio Show. Hopefully, our good friend Ty will be joining us here in the second segment that we like to call Ohno 2.0. Don't worry, folks. We won't be too long. We're going to try and get him on the line. Got a lot of fun stuff to talk about in the second segment. I definitely want to talk about this picky homeless guy that my wife dealt with. Mikey, you got a story apparently for me, right? Like you got a whole story.
I do.
You got a whole story. And
I do.
Yeah. We got some this or that coming up. We got clips. Plenty of stuff to stick around for. So let me go ahead and I'll throw on some tunes. You got anything else you want to say to the people before we go on our break, Mike?
You know what, guys? Please head on over to twitch.com/ONRS live. Do it on your PC machines, and
Yeah, get your angry snarl bases on, because that's what we do. We do a little Ohno 2.0, your second dose of the Ohno radio show for the week. Mikey, are you as pumped as me for this second segment?
Yeah.
I'm not that pumped, actually, because Ty's like, I'm on my way home from work. Don't want to get arrested again, so I can't, I might not be able to make the show. Like, it might just be you guys. Like,
We're not saying that he got arrested before.
Well,
We're definitely
I'm just
not
saying
that.
I'm just saying, like, whatever. But he might not be there. I don't know. I invited him. I told him, you could hit
If
me
he
up.
shows up, let's call him Late Boy.
Late Boy. Well, he is the laziest of the Ohno radio show.
Yeah. And speaking of things that you call people, I had a question.
What?
And maybe we could start the second half off with a question. Have you ever had a nickname that you were given somewhere and you really hoped it would stick and hoped it would kind of stick outside of where you got it?
Never really had a cool nickname. Big O was, one that I used to get, because I'm not so big, I think I'm a pretty...
Oh, it was ironic.
It was
because you were more of a little O.
Yeah. But Big O stuck for a little while, and I didn't necessarily even hate it, really,
It's
but
not a bad one.
Yeah. My while I'm on the subject of that, my nephew, who is actually kind of skinny like me, I won't say his full name, but it begins with the letter D. So he got Big D, and there came an age where that was no longer appropriate
Big D no more.
to call a child Big D.
Yeah.
So there's that one. But what are yours? What do you have? You got some good nicknames? All right. Let me hear them.
I've always been Mike B. But
and I'm the only one that calls you Mikey B too, right? Like
my mom calls me Mikey.
Yeah. I've always like from the beginning I called you Mikey, not Mike.
Yeah.
And I think you're I'm one of the only people you allow it, right?
Yeah, you and my mom pretty much are the only people that call me that I don't snap at. But at Marlowe's, I was Trash Panda because I ate something off the top of a trash can
and
one time.
You do have raccoon tendencies. You are raccoonish, As
I got the little circles.
Yeah, I can see why you that. Yeah.
And my favorite one, and I got it when I was working for the Chef and I, the little micro restaurant, was Big Sipper, because instead of using a regular cup or my water bottle, those quart Chinese containers that you get soup in,
Mm-hmm.
I would just fill one of those up.
That's your cup. That's your cup.
That was my cup, and a black chef from another restaurant saw me at the soda fountain one day and goes, "Dog, I never thought." He goes, "We got those at my restaurant. I never thought about using one as a cup." He goes, "That's a Big Sipper." He goes, "You're the Big Sipper, dog." And I'm like,
okay. Well, first off, he's not wrong. That is a Big Sipper. That is an accurate description for the utensil or whatever you're using right there for your sipping your water out of. But Big Sipper as a nickname, I don't hate it. But it seemed like you really like it.
Have you ever been given a nickname?
Big O was the one. That's really the only one I've ever got.
But who gave it to you?
It was actually when I was working in a recording studio.
Some white nerdo?
Yeah, it was a white nerdo. He was pretty cool, but he was a producer that I was working for, and it was I was his assistant engineer, and I was Big O. Yeah.
This came from a cool chef at the fried chicken
and
restaurant.
You said it was a black. You said it was a black dude.
Yeah, I mean,
you did say that, but
yeah, that's
okay,
part of the way to describe him.
Okay, it does make it cooler though. It does make
it does. Okay, can we say that?
It does.
It made it infinitely cooler.
Yeah.
The way he said it and the way he just kind of passed it on. He passed it on to me, and if I could have knelt and he would have done it with a sword, it could have only been more official.
That's a big sipper, dog.
A little bit like that, like it just.
And then he's like, "You the big sipper," and I'm like,
"Oh, hang on, let me do it. Let me try and do it.
You the big sipper."
Yeah,
a little bit like that.
Pretty much like that.
Like because his voice just naturally has reverb and like it bounces off wall. Like, yeah.
He graced me with a nickname, and I don't think there's any reason why I shouldn't ask other people to call me that.
Okay, well, I'm never gonna call you that. I mean,
what if I just naturally came around with a cool giant cup and was like,
you're forcing it. First off, you're forcing it. There's a couple things I gotta analyze about this. Number one, it's definitely cooler for any nickname if a cool black dude gives you the nickname. Like,
okay, that's 100% fair.
That's a nickname you want to keep, and I get Big Sipper why you got that, and then why you want to keep it. Second, it's not a great nickname, but because it has, apart from the fact that it just like, okay, this guy just drinks out of a big cup, like. I mean,
that's cool.
I guess you could be part of Wu-Tang, right? You could be Big Sippa, and it just like you're in the corner, and all you do is just like
sip from a gigantic cup.
Sip from a gigantic cup, like that could work.
And nobody will ever know what I'm sipping.
Right.
Too. That'll be another mystery.
And then on top of that, though, I've also known people that are like, they've given themselves a nickname that no one else has given them. See, there was this girl that I worked with once upon a time, and she was a brunette. And she did one of those things where she, you got to dye your hair completely, bleach it blonde, dye it right to get the bright red when you dye it after. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. You got to bleach it before you get some color on it.
Yeah. So she did that whole thing, but then she wanted everybody to call her after the fact. She wanted everybody like, "Oh, my name is Red." Like,
God,
so she wanted everyone to call her a name she gave herself based on her hairstyle, and I refused. I think her name, I don't know, it was like Brenda or Brandy or something. I don't know. It was a name, right? Like, I just remember being like, no, I'm not doing that. Your name is Brandy, and like I put a protest to that. I guess these days people would be mad about it because it's like, well, she wants called whatever.
She wants to be called Red now.
Well, come on. It's not her fucking. She made up a persona. Like,
okay, so
if I go to work and I want to be Macho Man, like Owen Butler, I'm not can I just go in and fucking like dress like the Macho Man and just?
Can you do a macho voice?
Oh yeah, like I've got a lot better impressions, but I can do a slight match, and realistically, it'd be better if I did my William Regal, go in there, do a little bit of like, catch wrestling, a bit,
Well, Owen, what if you decided that you were now going to be British Owen, and that's just, only when you go to work.
Only when I go to, I'm just gonna. I'm only like.
It's gonna be British Owen, and it's all. And you know what? It's only when you're actually like doing your job. When you're on break, you're just you again. And like when people catch you going home, you're just you. But you're just British for work.
Oi there, Buttercup. I didn't see you put that in the right trash can, did it? There's recycling there. That one.
Are you also gonna be Jason Statham now too?
It's a bit like a trash can there. Yeah, exactly. Take a bit of a time. Put your head around it. Earth's revolving. Well, here we are, company, putting out a brand new incentive for our recycling program. Here you are. Deliberately, in front of my eyes. You're deliberately putting that in the wrong one, aren't you? You winded me up. Buttercup. That
Putting
ain't
it
not-
in refuse.
It's not going to work anymore, is it? No, man. No. Think
Yeah, you turned your life into a transporter movie.
well, I mean,
Jesus.
I could do that. I could do that one. I don't know. There's a lot of other characters that I could probably. I'd like to go into work and just, can I be Stone Cold Steve Austin? And I just go in every day and I'm just, you know,
kick
like.
doors in.
Well, I identify as Stone Cold Steve Austin, so therefore I can throw the beers. I can do the beers, and I can, hell yeah, give me a hell yeah. I can't
Yeah,
really do
I
a
was
good
gonna
bottom
say-
line. That's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so. You
I was
see
gonna-
there?
Could you ask your coworkers for a hell yeah?
See? Yeah. All right, yeah. Is it time? Is it time for a break? Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
your coworkers will probably be a little obtuse at first and might not catch on.
Get it, but you know they'll get it
But
eventually.
once they saw the results
I've been
of
doing-
you asking for a hell yeah,
Mike, I'm saying this, and I just realized something. I've been doing one for years without realizing. I call all my coworkers jabronis. I think I've been doing the rock on them for years without myself even knowing.
have you been telling them where to stick their XLR cables?
Sideways and stick it straight up their candy ass.
Yeah, shine it up real nice.
Shine it up real nice. Lube it up real good. Yeah, I've been doing that. It's probably why I'm not getting the promotions.
I think at some point, if you can craftily engineer yourself into a nickname, like, you know, I show up every day, only drink out of the big cups. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like, just sipping over here, big sipping.
Okay, can we talk about just names in general? Because I ran into a dude. Okay, so he's a black dude, and he's at my job.
Uh-huh.
And he's like probably like a back of house kitchen guy or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Right.
He's got an apron and some shit. He looks like he works in a kitchen. Seems like a nice enough guy. He's at the vagrant smoking table because like there's only one or two of them now. Like there's vagrants. I've told you about these before. I meet the most interesting derelicts on planet Earth at my smoking table. Well, this guy doesn't seem like a derelict. Seems like a completely nice guy. But on his name tag is King. K-I-N-G.
So his name is King?
So that's what I'm like. That's what starts going through my head. Is that his legally given name? And then I start thinking, actually, I think it is. I think maybe it's like an island thing too, that they name their kids King. But I've met another black guy named King before. And I think it maybe comes from like King Solomon or something like that. Well, one of them, the guys I knew, was actually just named Solomon, and everybody called him King because of King Solomon. But this guy had it on his name tag. He had King.
And do they let you put alternate names on your name tags?
Not really. You can tell them a name, but I couldn't go up there and be like, you know,
Big O?
Give me Big O. Like they're not giving me that, right? Like.
But wait, if I worked at the factory, could I be Mike B?
Yeah,
Would they let me?
Yeah, I think you could. I think you actually could. I think you could get that. I think that is something they would do. Big O might be a stretch. I might be able to get that. But, you know, if you're going up there and, like, doing something ridiculous, but no one's going to question a guy. Because, like, with the name King, right?
Hello. My name
is King. I smoke the black and mild. He does that, and then he...
Wait, you made it in Italian?
Yeah. Well, he's
It's
Italian.
like, I smoke the black and
I
mild.
smoke the black and mild. Yeah. Those Italians, famous for their dreadlocks. And I'm fascinated by that. Is that his real name? And a white guy Because I do think it could be his real name. I think a black guy can just be named King, and that's his first name. A white guy cannot be named King.
Well, I think it's well, not anymore. Maybe in the 60s.
I don't think a white guy can get away with a name as cool as King. It's a cool name. I love it. I mean, imagine being like, my name is King. I'm King Butler at that. Like, that's fucking awesome. Like,
I mean,
or did he? Or is that some nickname that he was able to get on his name tag? That's my question. What do you think? Where does your head go with it? It's
okay,
tough.
if he was a white guy, I would 100% say, oh, he's just a goof who got somebody to put King on his name tag. But because he is
from the islands.
Because he's from the islands.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I find it more acceptable.
I hear a lot of Haitians too. I think like he might like those Haitians, man, you talk loud and your language is awful. It's just awful sounding. It is just not pleasing to the ear. Of all the Haitians, it's terrible sounding.
And I was going to the Haitian consulate tomorrow.
Well, I'm just saying, not a fan. Like, I don't like the sound of German accents either, but Haitian ones, you're jarring.
The only problem
they can calm it down a bit.
The only problem I ever had with the Haitian as a people,
I don't have any problem with them as a people. They're nice people, but their accents are loud. They talk loud.
We when I worked at the Cracker Barrel in St. Augustine, there was the entire dish crew, like one half of the dish crew was a Haitian family.
Oh, they worked their ass off, I'm sure.
Now the problem was they would also almost always they would use the bathroom like in succession.
Oh.
And
that's weird.
Would
they poop on poop? Is that what they're doing?
No, they would
what do you mean?
One would go to the bathroom, and then as soon as he would come back, the next one would go. They would just go one after another in rotation.
Well, that's actually fair, though. That's fair because one's
No,
going at a time.
Here's the problem. Have you ever smelt Haitian shit?
Oh, is it bad?
Dude, it was never a time when it wasn't just raw sewage out of their
So
butts.
it was like 3 times but they thought they were doing the right thing because they weren't leaving the line altogether, right? Like they
weren't leaving the dish pit just without a position.
Yeah.
They were just going
all right,
in
you
rotation.
take the break. So you think they've got a system down. So in their minds, they're doing the right thing, but the smell, because they eat
it
a lot
was
of
just 3 to 4 Haitian poops back to back to back to back.
They eat weird shit like fish heads and stuff too, probably.
They always brought their own food, and yes, even the food that they were eating had a funky smell to it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, God, dude, they are it's going in, just coming out even worse. And then, like I said, it would be 3 or 4 of them in a row. So it was just they would smell up the male employee bathroom for I'm talking 30 minutes, good 30.
Because I work at such a vast complex, there's a large amount of different bathrooms I can choose to use. Most of them, of course, back of house for just employees. And there's good ones and there's bad ones. And I judge them by, first off, I've got secret ones that, a lot of people don't even know about. But
that barely get used.
Yeah. I got definite hidey holes. But there are times where you have to use ones that the plebeians use. And I can tell you that poor people's shit smell way worse than and man, I almost thought I was actually this dude. I thought I might have to get a medic or something in, you know what I mean? This guy, the noises that were coming out of there,
Yeah.
And like the discomfort and like the borderline heart attack this guy was having a bowel movement. It really, like, I was that close. I didn't say anything, and I heard him wrap up and the toilet flushed, and I was already like washing my hands. I'm like, I'm out of here. Like, I don't want any more of this. But yeah, like, he could have died in there. I don't know if I would have said anything, but I might have had to. Like, it was close where I was like almost about to yell, like, are you okay? You know, like, it really was. Like, have you ever been in that situation where it's been that, like, because I like, that's so embarrassing for the other person. It's like, I don't want to be in that. I don't want to deal with this, but you're like, it's an invasion of privacy. They're embarrassed, all that type of thing, right? But
I literally got probably 10 minutes into a Walmart run yesterday, and I don't know, something like dropped in my insides, and I was like, and yeah, I hit the Walmart bathroom, and even though there was probably like I walked by 5 stalls and none of them had people in them, I still went to the farthest back one and hoped and prayed that no one was coming in, because like the noise that was coming out of me.
Yeah, that's butt noise though, right? It's not like you like going like,
it was like, I mean, there's a slight push because I'm really just trying to get it all out as fast as possible.
like,
so there might be a little bit of like, but yeah, I'm not like,
diarrhea. Like, I've had diarrhea in public like a couple of times recently.
Oh, that's a roughie.
And that's a roughie because you get the bubble guts. You get your ass wet sometimes, but what you do just to cover it is you flush the toilet as you're shitting. So
just to get it all going down.
And just sound wise, like,
the extra noise coverage.
Yeah, it's like a noise coverage thing for me. Like, that's the most embarrassing because I'm just like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Like, sometimes your whole guts fall out and like, it's not great. So I've had that before. And yeah, those are almost worse. Like, I'm not making any noise, but my butt's making all the noise. But I'm not making any like even if I'm there and it's like a hard shit, I don't think I'm grunting. You're like, I guess they're like, even at home, I'm not grunting. You're a grunter?
No, it's like, it's mostly just toilet and butt noise.
Maybe a little heavy breathing.
I mean, I've definitely had like the occasional like,
yeah.
When you're,
yeah.
But
it's
the people,
do you think
light.
I think people over exaggerate it. I think people I don't know what it is, but they're either in serious pain or it's like, I don't know. Do they do that at home where they're just like,
bro, what if that is their reserved noises? What if at home it's just like full on like,
like, it's even it's just
like,
so,
this is them holding back.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrifying to think about. Poor people. Don't do that. You had a story I think you wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Is this the right place for it, or do we go on to something else?
I think this might be a perfect time to tell a little story that I've been, kind of. I'll only tell a little bit of it.
Do you want like some background music, or do you want?
Yeah. Do you have something light, something adventure-y?
Yeah, give me a second here. I'll pull something up.
I think that's what would best serve. I mean, I don't have a title for this yet, but it's kind of just a fun little story that I'm writing. And
wait, that's not very light, is it? Like,
that was a little intense. I don't know if this story's that intense.
Yeah.
This'll work.
Okay.
So Owen, I think I'll start the story. Like I said, I'll only tell a little bit of the beginning because I don't have too much of it fleshed out. But this is the story of a great and mighty sea captain. And man, when I tell you, this sea captain, he had been sailing the high comedy seas for so long. Years and years it seemed.
Right.
That the captain had been sailing, and the captain sailed around with, he'd had plenty of people on his crew, but for quite a long time, he was sailing with, a wizard and a jester.
Oh.
And this captain, he was having a good time, and he'd had some scuffles with other captains in the past, and with other seaports, and with other kingdoms.
Well, he's the best one.
But he was the captain, and he always showed that he had the gusto and the charisma to be a great captain.
This guy sounds like a good guy. I like this guy.
Well, yeah, and the captain was generally beloved, even though he was a little bit of a hard ass sometimes and kind of a gruff guy. But he was generally beloved and beloved by his crew. And one day, the captain, he was sailing along, and he came across a new land that, he had heard about this land before, but he had never really dealt with the land. And this land was run by a great and powerful queen. And although the queen was a great and powerful, very beautiful queen,
Does she have big tits?
Well, yeah, most great queens does.
Okay. Just to make good queens need to have good big tits.
And while everyone in the queen's kingdom loved her, they didn't know that the queen, deep down, was evil. And the queen and her, there was a king to the kingdom, but he didn't run the kingdom. No.
Baby king.
Little baby king. Yeah, the baby king. And one day, as the great captain, he was sailing past this kingdom.
We'll stop in there.
Well, and when he went to stop in this port, because he saw that, there's funny stuff happening here, and we do need to resupply on our
seems mildly
for our journey.
Interesting.
It seems like a
Mildly
well enough
interesting.
place. You can see some cool stuff happening around the
There's
port.
a weirdo with awful music taste that pops in there now and again and makes questionable comments.
The town, there are some drunks in town. There's kind of a few of them, and there's a
race car driver with grandkids.
Yeah, and with a big beard that's probably fake, a stick-on beard. But the kingdom, the queen, she just started lashing out from her port, and she started firing shots from her cannons at the ship.
Boom,
the ship of the captain.
Yeah.
For no reason, honestly.
Seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah. And that's where I'll let go, because I want to I want to let it build up for maybe next week.
Maybe over time we can hear more of this tale. But it sounds like that those cannonballs that were thrown at us hit an impenetrable ship that really I don't think can be sunk. And
an unsinkable ship.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it. I in this world, this captain might need to make other allies. And,
just maybe.
Just maybe. Because it's a dangerous pod world out there, is all I'm trying to say.
And the pod seas aren't getting any more safe.
No. They're getting worse. They're getting worse and worse and worse and more cluttered with your bullshit ships. Okay?
Yeah.
So.
And some would say that when the Queen's Kingdom was coming up, that she made a deal with two great powerful wizards.
I don't even.
Two great.
Well, they're gay kings. They're gay kings. We know that.
Two powerful gay kings that gave her all of her power.
Is Ty trying to
but
get on the show?
That's a story for another day.
That is a story for another day. Is Ty trying to get on the show? I think Ty's trying to get on the show. Hang on. Oh, no.
Nope, he said he's having a mental health day.
He's taking a mental health day.
He said that the problems with his factory and some big mouse entity are causing him all kinds of problems, and he just doesn't have the mental fortitude to make it through a show.
You know what I don't have the mental fortitude for is a reboot of fucking Fraiser.
Why not?
Fuck Fraiser. It sucked.
I love Fraiser.
No, Fraiser sucks. Fraiser sucked then. You know what? Seinfeld, not as good after I've seen a bunch of it on repeat on Comedy Central. Not as good as I remember it. Outdated, kind of shitty. Fraiser, outdated, kind of shitty. Cheers sort of stands up better than Fraiser. And I know the two are connected. That's why I bring Cheers up. Cheers better than Fraiser. Seinfeld better than Cheers. Yeah. Seinfeld better than Cheers. Cheers better than Fraiser. That's my ranking. That's my ranking.
It would have to go Seinfeld, Fraiser, Cheers.
Where do you put Wings? It's on the top. It's on the top. It's on the very top for me.
Between
very top.
Fraiser and Cheers.
No, you know what? Right now, if someone asked me, you can watch 4 shows. You can watch Seinfeld. You can watch Fraiser. What was the other one we did? Cheers. And fucking Wings. I'm gonna pick Wings. I'm gonna pick Wings. If that's on my Netflix list of the 4 shows I can watch right now,
I'd watch Fraiser.
Wings. No, Wings. Wings is better than Fraiser. Wings is better than Fraiser.
That's a chant you get to do alone, buddy. I will not subscribe to that chant.
Wings is better than Fraiser.
Just because you're doing it to Seven Nation Army doesn't mean I'm going to join along.
Wings is better than Fraiser. Wings is better than Fraiser. You got the fat guy Gus. Ding, 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 ding. He has the opposite airline. You've got Helen there. Ding, 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 ding. She works at the coffee shop right on by. And then you got the 2 brothers that they fly their plane to Nantucket. Ding, 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 ding. Back and forth, and Gus has still got a big old gut. Ding, 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 ding. And the wind's gonna blow me around on USA Network. Doom, 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 doom. Wings is better than Fraiser. Wings is better than Fraiser. Wings is better than... That was the best song I've ever done. That was the best song I've ever done. Shut up.
I'm saying that Fraiser was one of the better spin-off shows that has ever come out of anything.
Come on, that was my best song I've ever done.
That was a great song.
Thank you.
Although I don't really care for Seven Nation Army, but...
Nah, it's because it's like a chant for everything now, and you can put anything to it. And I talked about Gus and how he was fat. I got Helen right, and I forgot the 2 brothers' names. I forgot to include Tony Shalhoub. That's in the next verse. Next verse is going to have something about Tony Shalhoub.
And the brothers.
Yeah. That's all I was missing. But I got there.
That's fine.
I got a lot of the pieces, Like, yeah. whatever. Do you want to do a thing? Because I think it might be time.
Is it time to break forth the clip?
Yeah, it is. Clips.
You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips.
Yeah, Clips is the time of the show where we take a look at all the random stuff that either me or my good friend Tom Barilli find on the internet. Tonight, I'm going to leave it up to you to guess who indeed found these clips. Let's go to our first one. Mike, are you there?
I can see the cone.
You can see the cone. That's good. Did you hear what I said? I'm going to leave it up to you, basically, and the audience to guess if these clips came from me or if they came from Tom. All right? Because sometimes I pull them, sometimes he pulls them, and now we're going to...
I think I've watched enough to know.
All right, see if you can guess. All right, we're going to go with this one. All right, let's go. Let's go with, like, horrible first. Let's go with, like, horrible. Like, the worst of humanity, okay? Let's go with this one.
Our new tonight here at 10 o'clock, a pretty incredible story of a family of three wondering why their baby daughter kept getting sick and why they had a strange odor in their home. Was it their apartment? Was it the water?
So it's a good old Fox 13 from Tampa, Florida here, or that area, Hillsborough County. And, yeah, you know you get, like, awful neighbors from time to time, Mike?
Yeah. I've had some here in the apartment I live in right now.
Yeah, there's like ways to like deal with that, and it's all apartment complexes. It's stressful, but this guy takes it to like the next level.
Well, when they saw this, a man injecting some sort of chemical through the bottom of their door into their home, they knew their lives could be in jeopardy.
This
Fox
little
Janae Lewis is here with us in studio tonight with this story. Janae, we're speechless here.
So what do you think of that? Just first off, like what do you see? Describe to the people what you just saw.
So it looked like a slim Asian man, and I want to say he's in scrubs, but I can't tell. But he comes right up with a hypodermic needle, and in the corner of their door, like injects something under their door frame.
Underneath their door, into the home. He's got a syringe he's injecting into the fucking place. Like, that's okay. That's already some like nutty shit. This is caught on like a hidden camera, as you'll find out later.
Through the bottom of their door into their home, they knew their lives could be in jeopardy.
It's such a crazy story.
Janae Lewis is here with us in studio tonight with this story. Janae, we're speechless here.
Yeah, it's hard to watch that video and not feel any other way. The family says the excitement they had of moving into their new home quickly turned into terror, and you saw why. As a frustrated neighbor took his concerns too far, now they're afraid to be inside that very home.
It is extremely scary.
Umar Abdullah says it's very difficult to talk about the last few months.
Nice looking apartment too, if I'm gonna go ahead and say so myself. Like,
yeah, that's not a bad place.
Yeah, good looking place.
He says it started with complaints from a downstairs neighbor over noise.
So after my daughter was born in August last year, his complaint, like footstep complaint, drawer closing.
But escalate.
So he's mad. They got a kid, right? The kid's crying upstairs. He's pissed off at it. Now he's complaining that they're like stomping around like elephants. All the usual stuff. The guy that's mad's on the first floor. Other guys on the second floor, it looks like.
To this.
Yeah. I installed a hidden camera outside because we were suspecting someone is basically tampering our place from outside.
So this dude like had some suspicions, and then he goes and puts a potted like a fake potted plant outside his door with a camera in it, and catches this dude fucking squirting the squirts underneath his door.
And then we caught
the bacteria
injecting
squirts
something through our door.
He says a friend noticed an unusual chemical odor in their home in May.
Chemical?
They checked the appliances, hoping to determine the source of the smell, but couldn't. A month later, Umar says his eyes started to burn and his daughter was coughing and throwing up. He says the smell had returned, so he checked the water heater nearby, finding a strong odor.
I was bending down. I sniffed all through that place. And
After replacing it, Umar says the odor and discomfort returned. This is when he set up the hidden camera.
On June 27th, I found that our neighbor is coming with a syringe. He's pulling something from a vial, and
Look at this creepy fucker.
He's injecting.
Dude, that's a weirdo, like, Asian dude.
Yeah, this is like a weirdo serial killer Asian dude.
That incident on the camera, probably after a few days, we might have been just dead.
He called police, and records show Zooming Lee was arrested and charged with multiple counts of battery and possession of a controlled substance. The report identified him as a USF student. A spokesperson from USF says he is no longer enrolled as of this summer.
That's good.
He was a PhD student in the chemistry department.
PhD student in the chemistry department.
Ooh.
So what was this chemical that this guy was cooking up, right? It made this guy's like eyes burn. It smelled weird. His baby was fucking like sick because of it. Like they were breathing in something pretty fucking nasty that this guy was obviously concocting because he knew what he was doing. This is like straight up like, this is like attempted murder in my mind.
This is at least biological terrorism. Like,
right. Yeah.
You know, or biological warfare at some point, because like unless they're going to release what the chemical was, like this could be anything.
They
and
haven't
if it doesn't,
they haven't figured it out yet. To spoil this whole, like the rest of this little clip, like the dude is out. He's not in jail right now, I believe. He's on bond. Like, and he's out and he's already moved.
Well,
like, yeah. Yeah. And then we got.
What do you do? What do you say? Like, oh, if you let me out and let me move, I'll stop poisoning his door.
If people use their knowledge, this extreme knowledge, to harm people, I mean, they can be even more dangerous.
Umar says he was told Zooming is in the process of relocating, but they're still very uneasy, never thinking their home would become a place they now fear.
I can never expect a neighbor. I mean,
Like, these fucking guys still have to live in their place. This guy probably still hates them. Like, who's to say he doesn't try and come back and do it more, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some. We have our buddy SJ in the chat saying that this guy would be a dead neighbor by now. Like, this definitely would not go well. Like, the amount of anger I would feel towards this would just be like kind of. I probably would never have been that angry before.
It's one thing if it's like me as a single dude, right? But when it's like my wife and my kid, you know, I don't even have a kid.
That's
like,
so fucked up.
But you know, if it's like a one-on-one thing, that's something. But you take that to, you know, nah. Like,
and dude, again, it's this guy is just upset that like you guys had a baby and he's trying to get his PhD and lives in some bullshit apartment.
Yep.
And your baby is probably keeping him up from his fucking weird sleep schedule that he has to keep to be a PhD student.
Now he's mad, and so he's gonna poison you because that's what he knows how to do.
Yeah, this is. I hope this guy gets a lot of punishment.
I wish no one else would have to go through a situation like this ever in their life.
It's unspeakable. Damn. You know what we need? We need a palate cleanser. Good old fashioned palate cleanser, Mikey.
Oh, the trademark ohno palate cleanser.
Yeah. Do you like a good? Do you like Audio Slave, the band?
I have no problem with Audio Slave.
You know
it was what Chris Cornell's project after he left Soundgarden.
Cornell and Rage Against the Machine, right? Like that was.
Yeah,
them.
I'm definitely down. All those things sound great, and I liked some of Audio Slave. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy reimagined a song we love in the style of Audio Slave because Chris Cornell's dead, right?
Is this a song that I really love?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's really good. I love how he's doing the Tom Morello bit now.
Yeah, this is on the money.
This is really on the money, right? Yeah. I probably let way too much of it play, but I'm like, God damn, it's pretty much perfect. That's it. I mean, that's what...
I mean, he was pretty spot on with how you can imagine that would be.
Yeah, it was good. It was
he
really
nailed it.
Yeah.
But he does have he's got a weird hand. He's got an AI hand.
I mean, maybe it's an AI thing. I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah.
You're right, though. You're right.
Yeah, our friend SJ says palate thoroughly cleansed. I will have to agree. That was what I needed to get rid of that. Blech.
Oh, well, I'll give you a better one then. I'll give you this Welsh guy. This is advice from a cigar chomping guy named Craig. I think he's Welsh. And he's a
Welshie.
Look at him here. Okay. Just Craig, this is a long clip, so I'm gonna have to fast forward to the good bits. But Craig's seen better days right now.
Right.
I hope that's just gin.
It's Craig J. Davis. Welcome to my channel.
Yep.
Been on a piss since. Been on a piss. Been on a piss since fucking yesterday. Been in a pub. Today, topping up and being
so drunk.
You can tell how drunk he is because he's fading like in and out, and you'll get a couple really strong sentences, and then it.
At least now I'm home safe. You know?
He's home safe. He's home safe. That's good. Took a good sip of water. There.
Vodka and lemonade.
Vodka and lemonade.
There's not a single drop of lemonade in that. You tell me that there's lemonade in that.
Yeah.
I'm safe now. So the man is there.
The man is here. Okay.
Why have you been out? Fucking boozing. What is?
He's trying to suck on his cigar.
This cigar. This is a light, but she's a light.
He's gonna give you advice. He's very frustrated right now because
he's fucking piss drunk,
and he is trying to smoke the cigar, but I think he's made it so wet, and he's not properly smoked it because he's drunk, and that it's not lit anymore. So he's not getting a good pull off the cigar.
What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. What I mean by this is when I say I don't give a fuck, well, I can't draw anything out of the cigar, just light another cigar in there.
You figured out the complexities of the universe here, Craig.
This is Craig. This is the good advice he's gonna give you.
See, why dwell on a problem now?
Yeah, why dwell on the problem?
Why dwell on a problem? Why dwell on any fucking problem? Now, if you got a problem, could be any problem, and my problem at the moment is when I smoke this fucker, but it could be any problem, right? If you got a problem, why dwell on it? Why focus on the problem? Yeah. Why focus on the problem? Why dwell on the problem? And why fucking complain the problem like a fucking bitch? Look,
he's
right.
Got
a problem. Don't focus on it. No. Don't.
If you got a problem, don't focus on your problem.
No, just focus on anything else. Getting drunk. Just focus on getting drunk.
I mean,
focus on the problem. Just focus on the solution.
Yeah, in there.
In it.
Problem.
It's not in it. It's in there.
Don't focus on the problem. Find the solution. And focus on that, can't Focus on the fucking solution now.
Right.
Case in point, this cigar, it's a light.
Oh.
You can see it's a light. But I can't draw anything out of it because it's too wet. So, what do? Do I focus on this cigar? Do I dwell on this cigar? Do I mourn about this cigar? No. I discard it. Like another one in there. Give it this one. Problem's gone. Start another cigar. That's okay. If I can draw smoke out of a cigar, I'll be working days. If I can't, then do the same with that one as this one. Oh yeah, hello. There's a 7. No, 7 was outside. I didn't know. I didn't know she was outside. Baby, she's back indoors. See, problem, right? That was a problem. Dog outside, couldn't get in because of a drunken fat man.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time, I didn't know. But what did I do? I stepped aside and she came in there. See? Let's go outside now into the warmth.
Guy seems like he's pretty well put together, right?
He's doing okay right now. He was doing pretty shitty earlier. He's doing all right now.
So, it's nice and warm with the other dog pals. Hence, him. Gillett. I am fucking fear.
Yep, he's back to the hard part.
Just been on a piss all day, and I tell you what as well, right? I just speak my mind, you know. If when I ain't topic and when I speak my mind, it's like I don't give a fuck, you know.
I agree.
Don't
I
give a
agree, Craig.
flying fuck. Don't give a fuck. I couldn't give a flying. Give a fuck. I mean, I care about other people, obviously, because I'm a Christian.
Sorry, I'm just so fascinated. I'm so fascinated with Greg. Like it's like there's moments of like absolute like this guy's a genius. And then there's moments of just the other way around, you know? Like I want to know more about Craig. Not do you?
I need to know more about why he's so pissed.
I do too. Like he is mad at certain things. What if we found out that Craig was actually like 27 years old?
I'd be kind of disturbed. Like it's a rough 27.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I feel like he might be the type of guy that's so wound up that he looks way older than he actually is.
He looks early 40s.
Oh, no. I mean, I'd put him in his 50s, really. Like, Craig? Oh, yeah, maybe he's in his 40s. But, like, I mean, this is a long clip. Sorry. I mean, but there's just so many emotions. I like his, like, at times he has such good confidence, too. Like, he's probably, when he's in, like, good shape, right? Like, and he's down at the pub, he's probably thinks he's the coolest dude down there. And he's probably sending this to all the people down at the pub.
In these little British pubs, do you know everyone that comes to the local
Well, if you live in the town long enough, yeah. You know everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It happens. Like, oh, and that's that guy, and like, yeah, this guy's probably like sending this, like. They sent him home. He got shit faced. He's been on a bender for, like he said, he was on the bender for the last couple days. They get sent home from the pub, right? And then
don't come back till you sobered up, Craig.
Yeah. And then, but now he's probably like doing this live streaming, or sending this video to the people at the pub.
Everyone at the pub.
Yeah, he's gonna record this and do the group text thing. That's probably what happened. He probably did this and then sent it to Marla, Sheena, Tanya, Rita.
Other Craig.
Do you see what I did there? No.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what he did. Anyway, moving on to the next clip. Sorry, we need another palate cleanser, don't we? We need another palate cleanser. I can't believe we need another one.
2 cleansers?
Oh, God. Here we go. This is a good cleanser. Look at this Australian guy with his synthesizers.
I love this guy.
Yeah, this guy's great. It's his new track.
Saturday morning comes and goes without too much on my mind. Except maybe lunch. A walk down to the shops just to move. Feel a bit rough from last night. I may have drunk a bit too much. A lady in the supermarket approaches way too fast. And her eyes are intense and she spits a little bit when she asks, where do you keep the pasta? I don't know, aisle 3. Well, can you get it for me? I just want a Gatorade, but she rolls her eyes, so I kind of lose it. Hey, I don't work here, and if I did, I would not sell you shit. Hey, I don't work here, but maybe I should. That way I could hide all of the things you want from you. Hey, I don't work
This guy rules.
here, but if I did, would I be wearing a dirty white singlet, you fool? Hey, I don't work
What's this guy's name? I know we played some of his stuff before. Like, yeah, this guy's got the goods. Like, he's got the jams. He's got the comedy. He's like,
I believe you have one of his songs as kind of a soundbite.
I used to. Where is it?
It's the sometimes you need to shut the fuck up.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, it's him.
I want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. In this current time.
Oh, that is him. That's our shut
up.
I
don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
Yeah, well, that's me, apparently. I don't fucking know. I didn't know that was the same dude. I'm an idiot. This guy's, he's so
killing it.
So he's like so ugly, he's good looking. Is that the case? Like he's almost attractive, but or is he? He's
a musician handsome.
Okay, here's what he is. He's actually a good looking dude in ugly dude disguise. That's what I think it is.
Correct.
Some guys, yeah, that's what it is. Because he's in. You can tell he's in pretty decent shape, and he's making himself less attractive, which is this is a smart move, by the way. If you're coming up, like, man, if you're coming up in the industry, right, you make yourself as kind of as ugly as possible, and like, and if you can still get over like being ugly, then when you do the turn, like, and you shave off all your shitty facial hair and you like get a good hairstyle, then you're like, now you're Lady Gaga, right? Like now,
you look handsome.
Now you're the fucking like on the red carpets and shit, right? Because and then everybody's like, oh my god, we never could believe that. But you're doing it the whole time. That's what this guy's doing. He's doing the pre-ugly fame. Pre-ugly fame. That's the name of the second segment.
Pre-ugly fame.
Pre-ugly fame. Do you get the concept though?
Yeah, as soon as it's every hot girl from the movie that, you take her glasses off and let her hair down, and she's super cute.
That's what this dude is doing. That's what it is. I mean, the song is good. He is talented. He's doing something, and his look right now is, of course, fitting the aesthetic of his goofy fucking music. So I get it. So it makes sense. But
he's got the melodica.
There's something. This guy's gonna make it as a comedian, and he's gonna do some Flight of the Conchords shit or something. Find me a name, Mikey. Find me his name. I don't know his name. I want to credit him. I like that though. I like how he has humor like I do about babies drowning. I like a good baby drowning joke. You know?
Ooh.
I like
awkward
a good
premise to be enthralled with.
Well, I just like, remember the old like dead baby jokes for my jam. Do you got a good dead baby joke? Everybody's got a good dead baby. What's your best one? Give me your best one.
What happens when you put a baby in a microwave?
Okay, I got a different variation of this, so tell me yours. What is it? What happens?
Oh, I don't know. I was too busy masturbating.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, man. What's the best way to get babies out of a blender?
Pour 'em?
Doritos.
Oh, yeesh. Ugh.
What's brown and bubbly and taps on glass?
Baby in the microwave?
That's the baby in the microwave joke that I knew. Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, I went through I think we all went through the phase where it was, let's be as
I did go, I think we
dark
all,
as possible.
Yeah, but you know what? I still laugh at a good dead baby joke. Like, I mean, I don't like it when babies die. I don't really want to eat a baby. I mean, I would, but I mean, just a bite. Sometimes they look so delicious.
I'd eat like baby nuggets.
Yeah. I mean, like if it was full grown, like if I had the choice, like it's Soylent Green, right? And like we're making food, like people food, and that's all we have to eat. Dystopian future. I would choose the baby one over.
Oh, bro, you can't even afford baby Soylent Green. You're poor.
Baby Soylent Green.
You'd be eating old man Soylent Green, and you know it. You'd be eating dog Soylent Green, honestly, probably on.
All right. Moving on. We got a couple more. All right. Do we want? Oh, we got to get this guy in here. This guy is my favorite dude.
Oh, I love him.
Just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car.
So you got to pay special attention to this clip. This is obviously in the UK. This guy, it says it's Charles Doza.
Oh, it is Charles Doza, and he's got a message for everyone.
Who is Charles Doza? Can you remind me? Because I've forgotten that.
It's not who he is. It's what he's about to say.
Yeah. Have you seen this clip then?
Oh, I have.
Yeah, Charles Doza. He's being dragged out of a restaurant, and he's a very, I think, confident man.
Me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what?
We've played Doza, this clip on the show before, but
is Democracy Manifest.
But something about this man deserves to pop up at least every couple of years. The fact is, like, if you really analyze this clip, what happens? They go into the restaurant and they're pulling him out. They've got this cop car out there, which is red and weird, by the way. But that's their car they're trying to put this dude in. The door is open. This motherfucker is like, fuck that shit. And he uses his elbow. As they're trying to arrest him, he knocks that door shut. So that's the first move of, like, power this guy's got over these, like, silly English cops that are trying to arrest him.
But you just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what?
Yeah, see that? He just throws the door shut. He's like, fuck that shit. Nuh-uh.
I'm not getting in there.
I'm not getting in that. That's your cop car that you're trying to get me in. Fuck that. He throws the door shut. So the ball's on him right there. I don't know anything about this guy or his crimes or anything.
Is Democracy Manifest.
This is Democracy Manifest as this. I mean, they're trying to, like, seriously wrestle this dude. Like, the guy behind him, younger guy, too.
There's like 3 cops trying to get this dude in a car.
Yeah, and the one dude's got him by, like, the scruff of the back of the neck, and this guy and Charles, he don't give shit.
Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there?
Making fun of him.
Penis. This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Get some cups. Why?
He's grabbing him by the penis.
Did you do this?
Can't be grabbing a man's pee-pee.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
A succulent Chinese meal?
That's a charge in Old Brit.
I guess so.
Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off there. No, we've only got one cup. Ta-ta and farewell. So I guess getting in the car. One cup, look.
I mean, maybe we don't understand it. Maybe it's something that it's fucking awesome. Like,
I love that even though he's getting arrested and, like, kind of forcibly taken into a car, he still has, like, the wherewithal to be like, this is Democracy Manifest. He still sounds so eloquent, where here in the States, it's like people are just screaming and just, like, fighting like a fucking wild animal. This guy just seems so composed while he resisted.
I should have pulled it. I forgot to pull this one for clips, but there was one I saw this week where this dude literally, like, they're going down a country road and one guy, like, cuts the dude off, like he makes an illegal pass that's, like, way too close, that makes the guy go up on the side of one of those, like we call them they call them fences in the UK, but it's essentially like a brick stone wall, like a pile of bricks, like to keep like the sheep in and shit, right? So this dude has to like completely swerve into those, flips his car, like completely just, dude's like he's got a dash cam going the whole time, and he says something like, "Well, that was terrifying," and then. Like the dude, that almost killed him. He gets out. He's like, the guy that almost died basically just gets out and says, "I'm okay. I'm not injured. Let's not make a big deal out of this." Like you're literally,
okay.
you flipped your car over, you fucking asshole. Yeah, that's where I pick up on different traits than some of my English brethren. Is I think I'm a little more high strung. Like if you do that to me, and I'm not injured, I'm getting out, and things aren't gonna be, they're not gonna be fun, you know. Like
it's not gonna be. Oh, I'm not injured. I'm not injured. I'm all right.
We got one last clip. Then we got one last clip. Oh no, we got. Well, we can do. Nah, I don't want to do that one. I didn't really like it anyway. Let's do this guy. To close it out. He's the best manualist ever, Mikey.
This guy's pretty good.
He's
got solid hand control.
He can hand fart a Guns N' Roses, a Sweet Child of Mine anytime he wants.
Oh, wow.
This is quality hand farts. Quality hand farts right here.
It's pretty damn impressive.
Hang on, Mikey. Is he a ventriloquist? Is he doing it with his mouth and pretending?
No way.
With his hands?
Nah, you can't. I don't.
Look at his mouth.
Nah, that's from his hand.
This. I don't know. Part of me thinks he's faking it. I mean, I know he's got the GNR blasting out of the, computer speakers over there. That's fine. But I feel like he's mimicking the sound. Do you think? All right. We're fast forwarding. Let's see. His mouth moving.
But it's not making the mouth you would have to make these noises.
No.
Right?
I believe it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Guy wins.
Nice.
This guy wins. He's the champion. Like, if it's real, if he can do this, it's real. He's the champion of the world. That control over your hand fart? No way. No way. No. No. Hang on. Something. What if he's just doing none of it and like it's just the sound of this thing coming through the speakers and he's just doing.
He recorded it like this?
Yeah. He might have. What if?
Oh, wow.
God damn, it's good if it's real. Imagine what it sounds like when he jacks off.
Ew.
Like that. I don't know. I'm
weird.
torn. I'm torn, man. I don't know. I don't think I can buy it. Chat room is saying, Jesus. Oh, we will never know. He died in 2017.
Took a secret to the grave.
Wow. Well, thank you, whoever you were, sir, for your masturbatory hands of manualist hands. Sorry. Of sweet child of mine. That was Clips.
Clips! Clips! You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips! You know we got 'em, baby. Clips!
Where'd you go, Mikey? I found you. Oh, there we are. I found you. No tie tonight. Going through a personal crisis. So it means just me and you, Mike. What did you think of Clips? And did you guess who it was from?
It's from you.
Yeah, I found them all. I had a lazy. Oh man, the Clip Commander was all lazy. He didn't send me nothing. And I was like, well, I did forget to tell him when we were doing the show and stuff. So it's like I can't really blame him, but you know, I had to pull those out of my ass. Did I do an okay job for pulling them out of my ass? I think I did. I know I
think
did.
So.
That all-star audio slave. I mean, that's what you need. That's what you need right there, just to start your day.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
That's all you need. Yeah, what were we gonna do to wrap up this show?
Alrighty, Owen. Well, you know, I like to do things sometimes, and I have something for you tonight, and it's another exciting episode of This or That.
Let's do it, baby.
Yeah. Welcome, y'all.
This
Welcome
or that,
to
or this or that or this or that or this or that.
This or That, as everyone knows, is the segment of the show where I give out some options and you guys pick if you want to do this one or that one. Pretty simple game, and since there's only me and Owen, we're pretty much just gonna duel to see which one we would do.
Okay, I like this idea. I mean, it's
so. Yes, I know it's everyone else's idea.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's I never said nothing. I never said nothing.
Well, good. So this week, Owen, this week you and I are going to be going on an unfortunate road trip, because unfortunately on this road trip it only has the worst options for food as we're driving along. And I picked out on a particular day of our awful road trip, we're going to be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the road. There ain't nothing to see. It's just going to be me and you driving and stopping to get food.
I'm not doing 3 meals in the car, brother. Like, we're going to skip breakfast. I'm going to be doing that before we leave the house. We're going to maybe have to hit a sandwich or something for
and
lunch.
we're midway into the trip. We're midway into the trip, bro.
But I'm not doing 3 meals. I'm not doing 3 squares on a trip like this. Like, I'm doing 2.
Oh, too late. I only made 3 options. So
well, I'm only doing 2 restaurants that I'm going to, Like,
well, the first two aren't even the first breakfast option isn't really restaurant.
Well, let's get it. What are we talking here? Run me through some scenarios.
All right. So for breakfast, you get out of the shit hotel that we're in, and we're about to leave the exit that we're on. The only thing there that's even going to have any food on for breakfast, we're either eating at a Sonic or a 7-Eleven.
Sonic all day long. We're pulling up in that Sonic, and we're getting a couple burgers. I'm getting some fucking tots. They used to do something else really good.
French toast sticks.
Yeah,
they do pretty well.
See, I'm not a French toastman. Like, I'm not a French toastman. I'm more of a waffleman, or more like I'm that type of deal.
Are you getting a slush for breakfast?
I'm not getting a slush. But I'm definitely I'll get a couple burgers. Like, they'll do me a burger at breakfast, right?
They say we only got it's breakfast food.
I gotta look at the Sonic menu, but I guarantee you I want whatever's on that.
Their breakfast burger
more than the 7-Eleven breakfast scenario. I don't need a breakfast at 7-Eleven other than a banana or fruit or something, or maybe a V8 in a dire situation.
They occasionally put out the breakfast taquito.
I'm not eating a breakfast at 7-Eleven. No, I'm not doing that. No. That's disgusting. Like, if
also, their breakfast sandwiches at 7-Eleven, I love you, 7-Eleven, but your breakfast sandwiches are hot fucking trash.
They're terrible. Yeah. It's not all right. So yeah, unfortunately, our beloved Sevy.
Sonic.
Yeah, I'm going Sonic on that one. Sonic for sure.
You and I fill up on Sonic, and we drive along. So we're driving along on this unfortunate road trip, just chugging on through this day where there's just nothing on the road, and we get to lunch. So we pull off at another exit, Owen. And this exit is similarly dismal because the only thing at this exit is a fried chicken stand that's inside a gas station or a mom and pop Greek diner.
Okay. So I think a few years. All right. Where are we in the country? That's important for this.
We are in. Ooh. We're in Nebraska.
Nebraska? Am I doing the fried chicken or am I doing the Greek place?
Yeah.
This is going to sound weird. Doing the Greek place. Fuck that fried chicken. I bet it's gross.
It is gas station fried chicken. The oil has probably not been changed.
If someone, if a family has made it out to Nebraska and opened up a Greek restaurant, then the balls on them. I'm going to get me some fucking shawarma. I'm going to get me some goddamn fucking, like, what is that sauce? Not
tzatziki.
Yeah, that shit. I'm going to get some fucking goat slicings. I'm going to get me something in a wrap, whatever gyro. And I'm going to fucking be very happy over my gas station chicken. It's honestly going to be probably healthier too. So that's the right call. I think that's the right call.
I was also similarly going to go Greek restaurant. I could use a big giant Greek salad for lunch. I'd be totally happy.
I think you can make some of that food last a bit too. Like,
maybe a chicken pita with
something like that.
Some cute red onion, tzatziki.
Yeah.
All right. I think we Greek diner is going to take that one.
Pretty convincingly.
We're driving right along, and it's getting kind of late, so we pull off on an exit where we finally find a hotel, and there's not, again, these exits in Nebraska are just garbage. There's nothing at this one either except for the hotel and a small bar. So what I'm asking, Owen, is, are you eating at the 50s diner that's attached to the hotel for dinner? or are you gonna go eat at the tiny dive bar across the street from the hotel? Is this the music you need for this decision?
Yes, it is. Because sometimes it is a difficult decision when you're in your hotel room on these. I've been on these trips, Mike, where sometimes you're so tired. There was room service that I could use to bring the food to me from said bar downstairs attached to the hotel.
The Little 50s Diner? You think they're going to do that?
It depends if it's part of the Hilton or not, or the Hyatt or what.
Oh, and this is called the 5 Clover Inn.
At the 5 Clover Inn, I'll walk down the corridors of the hall, those famed corridors
of the 5 Clover.
Of the 5 Clover Inn to go down to its lounge to be seated with Nathaniel, who has always treated me well. And I will
Nathaniel?
And he will seat me there, and I will have my medium rare steak with my au gratin potatoes and
fancy 50s diner. Fuck.
And I will be granted a side of bacon and a small snifter of brandy to finish off the day.
I was gonna go to the 50s diner, but I was hoping to maybe get like a.
That's my hotel. I was going like with the hotel restaurant.
That's the 50s diner is what's attached to the hotel.
Oh, you're saying that one, or like a shittier diner across the street.
A shitty dive bar.
Dive bar. Okay, so they got wings over there. They got
they do, but they don't have conventional sauces.
Okay. If I'm going just like standard American diner, what's the prices? Are they hotel prices? Yeah, they're hotel prices.
It's diner prices.
It's diner prices at the okay, but it's attached to the hotel, so they're probably not diner prices. They're probably hotel prices. If
I just said it. They're diner prices in my world.
Okay, if they're diner prices, I'm going to the diner, but I'm also going for drinks before and after the thing.
At the dive bar?
Yes, that's
fair point.
That's the right answer. That's the right answer.
I was going to go to the diner and ask for a beef Manhattan sandwich.
What's that?
Which is
I don't even know what that is.
So it's an open faced sandwich. You make toast and you put it on your plate. Then you put mashed potatoes on the toast, and then you put like roast beef and gravy on top of the potatoes.
It's a deconstructed fucking roast beef dinner on bread.
Yeah, it's called a Manhattan.
Don't call it a name. It's not called the Manhattan. Fuck you, whoever. It's a thing with a thing on a thing on it. It's a roast beef sandwich on bread. Call it a roast beef sandwich on bread, not a Manhattan. Fuck you. That's what it is. It's fuck you. Nope, not falling for that one.
Wait, you don't want the world famous 5 Clover Diner Manhattan?
Your woke ass food is fucking done it for me, bro. Like I can't with your woke ass food. Like what's up with that?
Well, you know the bar across the street from the hotel, it was on bar
I want to eat it too. It sounds awesome, but I just can't bring myself past the fucking name. Like I can't Manhattan. Like no. And how much? And it's what, $28 or something? Like
it's actually $12 because they use just
the leftover
low
schlop.
roast beef.
Yeah, the real schlop that's on. Yeah.
Now, mind you, the bar across the street, it's been hit by bar rescue, so it's got like a really obnoxious food program.
Oh, cool. I get like fire wings in my face when I'm blown in there, and I get like John Taffer's basically like hitting me with paintball guns as soon as I come in. It's part of the theme. Like it's a bit like that. Yeah.
And everyone's mad at the bar. Like all the bar people argue with each other. That's what they do.
I used to love that show though.
Bar Rescue?
Yeah, Bar Rescue is good for finding like really trashy women that want to be on TV. Like there was like one or two of those bartenders. I'm like, yeah, she's gonna do OnlyFans or something. Yeah,
dude. It seems so. What I like watching Bar Rescue, but it's so.
It's repetitive, right? It's formulaic.
Yeah, it's so formulaic now.
It's all the reality shows, right? Like there's a decent concept, but then they just beat it to fucking dust, and it's like, okay, yeah.
Well, and here's the other thing: they always have one bartender, the biggest titties on the fucking planet.
Oh, those are the best ones. Those are the ones I'm telling you.
And yeah, they're always the best bartender, but they
yeah. It's pretty rare they kick the good-looking one out, because there's always like one good-looking bartender that's holding the place down. It seems like they always seem to keep that one, you know.
Oh no, I watched one the other day that was like the really hot bartender who was just like kind of full of herself.
Oh well, yeah, they get that.
And,
well, yeah,
and John came in and he's like,
"Nah,
you're full of yourself." And she's like, I don't need this. I'm quitting. And he's like, see, we did something good for your bar because she was never going to be good for your bar.
See, that's an interesting concept because you know how like you had Gordon Ramsay doing all the restaurant shit, which is basically inspired Bar Rescue, right? Like kitchen rescues or whatever they were, or whatever.
Yeah.
Nightmares, whatever. And then you had like Bar Rescue came along, but you can't really do it in the same way in the UK. Like it can't go back the other way because pubs are pubs and they're like houses. They're like, it's like a whole different mindset. If you become like a pub and a pub landlord, like it's like a trade. Like you don't like go to bartending school and go, do it. Like you basically learn at the pub, and then you work up the ranks, you bust tables, you work at the pub, and then you become you move up in the pub, right? Like you work at the pub. Like that's like, honestly, it's kind of a career path for some people that they do that. It's much different than over here where when you're a bartender, you're basically like, if you're a bartender, you're out there, you're trying to like, get as many tips as you can. But it's not a tipping culture over there. It's like, you get just paid a wage and you do your job and, whatever. And like, occasionally you'll get a tip and that's nice, but it's not like over here where, again, it's tipping, like tits out, like give me the money in the bar to get, hey, sweetie, all that stuff, whatever it is to get the most amount of tips.
Yeah.
It's a different culture in a non-tipping, society at a bar or a pub. So
you're basically just there to enjoy yourself.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that Bar Rescue wouldn't, I guess you could do pub rescue, but you're not really going to be able to focus on the clientele. It has to just be like, well, like maybe get a new water thing or, like outdoor seating and like, it'd be pub redesign, like it'd be a little, like it wouldn't be as dramatic and stupid. So. Is that the last we got?
That was the end of it.
The last of the this or that.
We ended our long road trip day with our bellies full of delicious Manhattans from the famous 5 Clover Diner.
Wings is better than Fraiser. Wings is better.
I don't agree with the song, but I agree with the actual song being made.
Oh, it's happening. It's gonna happen. We're gonna have a Wings is better than. I'm firmly a Wings guy. That was my show growing up. Wings was just my show. and
Uh,
there was like the real straight lace brother. One of them was a Brian. Let me look it up. Wings show. Wings.
we were. See, I
TV
spent a lot
show.
of time watching sitcoms with my grandmother, so we watched
Wings,
Fraiser and Becker.
So we got Steven Weber, who played Brian Hackett. Okay, he was the wild one with the longer hair. He was like the wild.
Was there a
brother.
Lyle on the show?
Yep, Lyle was in there. That was Joe Hackett. Lyle was the guy. I think he got busted for something. I think Thomas. Yeah, that was Thomas Hayden. Lowell is his name on the show. Thomas Hayden Church. I feel like he got busted for something bad, but he's in all the shows now. Yeah, I think didn't Lyle. No, it is Lyle. It was Lyle. You're right. I think it was Lyle. Did he get busted for something? I feel like he got busted for something. I can't remember. I feel like, oh no, maybe I'm thinking a guy from Step by Step. Remember the guy from Step by Step?
Yeah, you are. That's a Cody.
Yeah, he was a dirtbag, I think. I don't know if I think Thomas Hayden Church, I don't think he'd still be working if that. But dude, Steven Weber, Tim Daly was the other brother. What was his name? He was Joe. Joe was like the nerdy one. So you had like Joe, who was the nerdy one, and then Brian Hackett was the cool one, and then Helen was with the nerdy one, Joe. Roy, of course, was the big fat guy.
Yeah.
Tony Shalhoub was Antonio Scarpacci. Yeah. And I remember that old chick. There was an old chick in there, Faye. That's her. Yep, Faye. And then she was like in the terminal or something. And then I don't remember. That must have been a love. And Alex Lambert. I don't remember her very much. Loyal. He was
a mechanic.
Yeah, he was the mechanic. He would like. And Tony Shalhoub was the taxi driver. Wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was the
Whoa,
taxi.
and look who else was in this show, Owen.
I know.
Your good friend.
Yep.
Kelsey Grandma.
I just see that.
Fraiser Crane done came through Wings.
Yeah, but he just showed up, though. He needed the fucking, boost from Wings.
Wings needed the boost from Fraiser. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wings, I bet you Wings would kill it in the ratings. You put them head to head right now on TV. Wings is better than Fraiser. Watch the two shows back to back. Wings is the fucking superior show. Way more entertaining, way more drama, way wittier dialogue, way better characters, way better characters.
No way.
Roy was fucking supreme. You want to hear? Okay. All right. You want to challenge me? All right. Let me get some. All right. Right now.
Did they have Eddie the dog? They did not.
I'm going to go Wings. I'm going to go to YouTube. Wings, Roy insult. Let me see. Roy insults. Here we go. All right. Let's click on this first one here. Let's see. All right. I can't show this one to you.
You guys could have seen Roy in the hangar the other day. He was like a little boy.
Did he still have the mustache?
Okay, Joe, if you
I'm just going to play Wings now on the show. So.
I say we pants him and roll him off the pier.
All right. Let's see.
Hi, Roy.
Hi, Roy.
Oh, you look great.
Roy's coming in.
Would you like me to put that in the fridge for you?
Please, Helen. Oh.
See, they were dissing him, but I feel like this is Roy tries to be polite and friendly. All right. This might not be the best one. Let me see him be a real asshole. I want to see him be an asshole. Come on, Roy.
Okay, so the hooker says to the gynecologist, my hourly...
Oh, I don't know anymore. There's a full episode here that basically just says, did Roy Biggins really steal $250,000? And it's the whole episode. So we're going to have to do, maybe that's something we do on the Patreon, Mike. We'll do a Wings start to finish. Watch.
No.
Come on. Why wouldn't you do that with me?
I will watch select excerpts from Wings equaling 30 minutes.
I'm okay. What if that's ohno?
If you supercut Wings for me into 30 minutes, I'll watch it.
I feel like we've got a niche. How many Wings podcasts are there? Can we look that up? Like, look up Wings TV show podcast, because we need to do a Wings TV show podcast for all the people that need a little Wings analysis. And maybe we can, I know there's one. Is there Wings TV show podcast? Yeah.
There's plenty of, hold on, let me reword
well,
this.
there's going to be aviation. There's going to be all that. But if we can be the first Wings TV show podcast to discuss the full nature, start to finish, of all of Wings, it's $1 million idea right there.
I honestly don't see anything.
No. Well, shit. There you go.
There's like a lot of like
90s TV show.
There are podcasts about like the Red Wings. There are podcasts about aviation that are use the word wings.
No, but we want the Wings, the 90s TV show from 1990 to 1997, total of 172 episodes. We're going to do a deep dive. It's going to be the Ohno Wings podcast, and we're going to be getting started on that in the near future. Me and Mike. Mike, you're going to have to...
Only if we then do a Fraiser. Only if we do Fraiser right after.
Oh, man, I'm almost out. I don't want to do Fraiser, dude. I don't want to do Fraiser. It's going to take... Oh, my God. It's going to take so long. 172 episodes, bro?
Wow. Okay, so 172 episodes for Wings. How many episodes do you think that Fraiser had?
It's got to be more. It's got. I know it's more.
It is.
Yeah. 350.
264.
Okay. It's about 100 more. Not, but
yeah. 11 seasons. And you got to remember, there's at least 1 or 2 seasons where Niles and Daphne have already gotten together and they have a kid.
Wings did a solid 8 though, bro. Which that's a pretty good run. That's a pretty good run.
I want to know where they lost the gusto though. Was season 8 just a fucking stink hole?
No, I don't think so, because they held on to their cast for like most of the time. Like I think honestly, Wings went through a weird middle period where it kind of sucked, then it got good again, and then it finished strong.
Got canceled.
Finished strong, you know. It's Sandpiper Air, bro. Sandpiper Air. Oh.
I think a show that was better than Wings was Northern Exposure.
Never seen it.
It was a show about living in Alaska.
Never seen it. I watched
it was good.
Never was that what started all those goddamn fucking Alaska living in the wild shows, the reality ones? Did that made that happen? Was that like the precursor to it?
It was happening at the same time as Wings, so if it was a precursor, it was a precursor.
Was it comedic like Wings? Was it?
It was a sitcom.
Oh, it was. Oh, I thought it was serious or something.
No, it's a sitcom.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, it was a great show. Becker, another great, totally underrated show.
Becker, I did watch it. That's with Coach, right? Is that with Coach?
No, it's with what's his name? Oh,
Becker. Ted. Well,
it's Ted Danson.
All right, I thought that was Coach.
No, that was Craig Nelson.
Oh shit, I'm mixing up people now. I was thinking of Ted Danson though. Yeah, I was thinking of Ted Danson. Maybe that's a sign things are going off the rails and we need to get out of here. I did want to ask you about what the fuck Starfield is. It seems like it's a crazy video game. Are you interested in that? Do we talk about that a little bit before we roll out of here?
So Starfield is a game that the developing company that is making it has been working on for, I think, the better part of like 20 years.
It's supposed to be the biggest open world, the openest of open worlds. Is that the idea? Am I getting something right with that?
So yes, it's hard because there's another game you could compare it to, but you don't play games, so it'd be difficult to. Right. There's another game called No Man's Sky, which literally
I've heard of it.
It's got a procedurally generated universe where every planet you land on is different. It's generated entirely from the top to the bottom. You can explore the entire planet.
But it's designed by a designer. It's not randomly generated. They're not just throwing like attributes to a planet.
No, that's 100% what they're doing.
So
they have defined parameters by what the planets can be, and they just populate autonomously as you discover them. I'm talking
terrible.
It's billions of planets. So what Starfield is kind of promising,
I want it to be like GTA, like somebody built the whole thing, but like everything's specific, and not just like randomly like this planet is like some random shit. Like, is it?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Even on those random planets, there were still settlements. There were still things for you to explore, animals to discover, new minerals to mine. So Starfield is promising kind of just a more in-depth version of that, where you can basically live a whole life in the stars, whether you want to be a trader or a pirate or a space agriculturalist, or you want to be in the military, whatever you want to be in the universe. There is a way to do that.
It's GTA space.
Yes. And I mean, you've heard that they're releasing GTA 6 now.
Which got to go to space now. To fucking battle these nerds. Take these nerds out. Start bringing some hookers up there and fucking making the game fun. Because all you guys are doing are farming on Mars and shit. Sounds lame.
That's fun. So the thing is, like, GTA 6 is supposedly the map is going to be just insanely bigger than the last one. And the last one was already massive.
They got to go to London. They got to do an overseas thing, right? That's what they got to do at this point with GTA.
They don't use real locations. They just...
No, but they got to go to fucking... I know that's Liberty City is New York. They got to make it, I don't know, Jollytown or something and fucking go over there. And they're in England. Like...
What if they called it Chip Chip Cheerioland?
That's fine. It's GTA. You get away with it. It's great. Like, I'd have fun with that. That's hilarious. Like, Chipland or, you know, like, yeah. No, it's, you know what it is? Bruvton.
I could see that.
Bruvton. Yeah. Call it Bruvton, and they go to Bruvton, and then it, you know, they do...
wackiness ensues.
Right. But you know, you got to go to the airport and you got to fly over to Bruvton. Like, there's America, the UK, and then you can probably go into like France, right? You probably drive to France. You got to go through the channel, and you can probably go to France, and you can get now into the rest of Europe. If they did a whole almost worldwide thing, which they will do eventually, it's just a matter of game space. It's a matter of time, a matter of development. But one day, a game will almost have the whole globe, right? You can literally go to almost anywhere in the globe, a simulation of that.
Yeah.
And
so here's the thing. So in the last GTA 5, there were a lot of buildings you could go into, but you still couldn't go in every building.
Yeah.
This new Grand Theft Auto is promising
everyone.
That I think it's like over 90% of the buildings you'll be able to enter and like explore.
At that point, like those people that are designing those games might as well be city planners, architectural engineers, like have real jobs in the real world. Like if they're building that, like there are points of that where you're getting to the point where, yeah, I mean,
dude, it's interesting. If even just driving around Grand Theft Auto 5, you notice like the streets are well laid out.
Oh, yeah.
Like it looks and feels like you're driving through a real city, and
there's city planning going on. It's not exact to a map, but there's city planning going on that they've looked at, they've had to study, they've had to analyze. Maybe this is the last final thing that we'll actually talk about, because I think it is a good way to wrap up with this particular thought. Even is that there's a lot of discussion I saw on, you know, just random kind of internet sites today about one day it will be interesting that we will be seen as that, like, we're that in between age, right? We grew up without the internet. We had our parents get us dial-up modems. We now live in this age, right? Like we grew up from like almost having nothing to having it all.
Yeah.
And in that process, we understand a little bit more than our younger generation, in the fact that we had to burn things like on CD, right? We had to download things from torrents. We had to do all sorts of weird digging in the internet to be able to utilize our PCs. Will PCs become obsolete? Number one. But number two, because I don't think they do, there will always be the need for a terminal to be able to, you know, program and operate code. My question to you, and my question to everyone, is to think about this. Will the next generation, who only ever has a phone or a tablet, never touches a PC, will they be able to operate them in the same way that we did and we do? Whether that even be operating an operating system, such as, you know, Windows or OS X or whatever, right? Linux. Whether that be to operate a, you know, Office and Excel and Word and all these different, like, they might be able to do it on their phones and maybe able to do it on their tablets, but there are reports from the younger generation of teachers that are basically saying, like, these kids don't know how to manage, like, a mouse and keyboard. Like, they're not, like, that was like the first thing, right? And then we graduated to our phone, which was like an extension of that thing. They're not growing up with the first thing. So they don't learning,
have the basis.
They're not learning some of the basics that we knew. They're not going to learn, like, they don't understand what apps are, right? Apps are the same as, you know, basically websites, right? They're just, they're
locally based
app, and they're applications. In China, they're not even calling them apps, and it might be like a, you know, language barrier breakdown or whatever, but they call them apps. They're not even putting the context of application.
They're just apps.
They're apps. So it's an app. It's not an app. And that's basically what our kids aren't processing, that, like, this is an app on a phone, but it's really just like it's accessing a website that's pulling the information and aggregating it or whatever it is, or, you know, presenting it on. Yeah, like that app is all it is just a connection to the internet and, like, you know, pulling that data. That's not really translating. It's all like apps are like games to them, in a sense. Like you would have a game. It's like an isolated, like,
well,
box.
because everything's become super single function. Like, you have one app to order your food. You have an app to do this. You have an app to do that. Whereas like our computers were all of those things in one through the internet, which we all learned was the basis of this. Now, if kids are complaining that like, oh, they can't use even a keyboard and mouse, which again is not outdated technology in the slightest. But if teachers are already complaining like, the kids can't use keyboards and mouse because they're used to just everything as a touch screen and everything as an app, not a program. And
I think that's it, though. I think that is exactly what they're saying. I think there's a strong, remember when we had to, hop on MySpace and edit HTML to make it look cool, and we learned our first little bits of code. For a lot of kids, that was how you like, oh my God, like you could figure out how to change your picture. And it's as something as simple as that. It's not like that anymore.
Well,
like
our buddy SJ in the chat, who is he works really closely with technology and especially this kind of technology like we're talking about. He's saying that with AI now and Apple coming out with its first spatial OS, he's thinking in about 15 years, PCs as we know them are gone.
I mean, there's a high possibility of that, but I see what I have in my studio right now, and I see what I need to power. Like maybe what you're talking about might happen on, I think, a very consumer level, but I think there will be a need for quite a long time on the professional level to be able to tinker, to be able to switch parts out, and that's going to go with computing power. That's going to go with like anything. And I think that, in my industry, the AV industry, I think that there's still going to be a need for that, for
PCs for quite a while.
Yeah, for quite a while. Like there's going to be a need for that.
But that's the thing, man. I feel
on
like
a
our
professional
technology
level, like, and like, what are server farms? They're just a bunch of, tons of PCs slapped together, right? So those are going to need to exist. So it's not like PCs are going away. It's just the need for the household. Like, yes, the need for the household PC that sit in the corner that like lives in a room, the computer room, like that's gone. Yeah. Laptops as a concept are probably kind of antiquated, but until you get, there's like, for a reasonable price, you're not like, I wouldn't want right now if there was a tablet that replaced my computer, I wouldn't want it, because I would want my tactile keyboard. There are certain things, and maybe that's like an old school thing, but I think you're looking at like 50 years before a keyboard goes away. Like mouse keyboard is staying for another 50 years. Like, easy.
What I'm thinking is that laptops are going away because they're just being replaced by tablets with keyboard. But what I do miss, and it's something that's happened since like the phones have taken over the way they have, I miss having a phone with an actual keyboard. I'm not a huge fan of virtual keyboards. It's my old man in me, but
no, I don't miss that. Like
I like them.
You've never.
I liked having a little drop-down keyboard.
Yeah, you're an Android guy though too. If you,
it's true.
I personally have like adopted the Apple ecosystem for phone, but nothing else. And I used to be a Mac guy for computer. I don't like them for anything else really at this point. Like I just use it for phones. I do think they have like the right way to go with that. Personal opinion, but yeah, you do. Anyway.
SJ says wait till holo keyboards take off.
Those are cool. I've seen some of those. I've seen like weird demos of those things. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna have the same issue with holo keyboards as I do with virtual keyboards. It's not real, and my fingers can't like touch it, so to say. So it's not gonna be the same.
There are certain things that are tactile that you need. I do get that, and for certain people, like for me, I could do everything in certain programs with different, like, hardware, and I could do it all, like, mixing my radio show, right? Like faders up and down or whatever. But no, I like to be able to touch the fader and pull it down and turn the knob and whatever. There are certain things like that, like, that are just tactile that you need. And those, are going to just be more control surfaces that basically interact with the software underneath. That's all that's happening. It's just now we're going to be in a debate over the better control surface and the better software. So,
right.
Whatever. It's kind of fucking irritating, like, in the grand scheme of things, because it doesn't matter. Like, it's all preference, and that just is what it is. But
the thing that matters even less about it is there's nothing we can do about it. We can sit here and be the 5 last guys who want to keep real keyboards or some dumb shit like that. And because we don't make up a large enough percentage, they are going to go by the wayside.
It'll be like, and this will be against my will, but it'll be like that, like, slow phasing out, like when Best Buy started, like, not selling the gray 3-piece stereos. Right, you had the middle piece with the tape changer and the CD changer up top, with the 5-disc and the 2 speakers on the sides that you could separate, and everybody had it in their dorm room or high school bedroom.
Yep.
And eventually, those just, you can't find those, and those don't exist anymore. Now it's we don't sell those anymore. Like, that's just not a thing that really is.
Yeah.
It'll be a slow thing like that eventually laptops
then you have to wait for what they do now. They make boom boxes. They still make them, but they are very, like, niche, and they're like very
everything's
advanced.
Gonna go to a sound bar and, like, Bluetooth and digital and all this sort of stuff. And sometimes,
and that's all these new boom boxes are. They're just big, overblown sound bars.
That's all they are.
Portable speakers. So,
well,
it's what's happening. It's coming on.
What a weird end to the show. It's fine. I hope, whatever. At least it was somewhat, hopefully, entertaining to somebody. I need to get out of here, though, because I need to pee. As I
gotta sleep.
Tend to do. I got the day off tomorrow, so I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm gonna be getting, some analog sound, exactly. I gotta get to bed too. I gotta pee, and we thank you, though, for joining us.
Yeah.
Everybody that's hopped in and out of tonight's show. Those of you on the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/ONRS Live, we thank you very much. Those of you who will listen to this later, of course, on our podcast, we love you too. ohnoradioshow.com. If you're not doing that, you find a thing that does the best for you, whether that be, whatever podcast aggregate you get, whether it be Spotify, whether it be the Apple Music. You go subscribe to it, because that does us a lot of good. And then listen to it, because that does us even more good. That's the most important thing, is you listen and you contribute. You hang out with us. You pop in, you leave a voicemail, 407-906-6466, and then, if you don't feel comfortable with that, that's fine. You can hang out in the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/ohno radio show. Probably the best place that you can interact with us at any time. You can hear all of your Mike Tyson death news, your Simon Cowell probably gonna die news
He's
there.
So close to death.
I'm sad that we're switching it to a private group now. I'm not gonna get all those sweet updates about how many times I like them. Maybe I'm the only one. But,
I'm gonna be the death pool winner because I'm taking Tyson.
Should we just bring it back? I think I'm gonna bring it back. Ladies and gentlemen, announcing it right now. Deadpool 2024 coming soon. Ohno Radio Show, gonna regret this decision. We're out. Should I do it? Should we do it?
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. Fraiser's better than wings. Fraiser's better than wings. Fraiser is better than wings. Fraiser is better than wings.
Oh, bring back the death pool. Oh, bring back the death pool. Oh, bring back the death pool. Oh, bring back the death pool.
The labs are dying now.